Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Tiberium Wars 2 vs 2 February Fanatic tournament hosted proudly by GameReplays.org. My name is Spartacus, and we are in for some exciting 2v2 action here today, folks. It's nice to be back in Tib Wars in particular, and we'll be jumping into some 2v2 action here today. So a couple of things to note before we get started. All links referred to in this cast are available in the description of the video, so if you're watching on YouTube, regular standard YouTube, it's right below the video. You can click that drop-down bar. Otherwise, if you're watching on gaming.youtube, it's also down on the bottom, unless you're watching the rebroadcast, in which case it's over in the right side next to the comments. But anyways, with that out of the way, all music heard during this broadcast today is courtesy of both Zircon and Little V Mills. You can check out their information linked down in the description below as well. Furthermore, if you find yourself bored during the downtime of the video that's been posted already, you can click that I button in the top right corner of your video screen for direct links to past events and single game commentaries on my channel. However, today, I'm going to have something cool running for those of you that are watching live. We have actually got an opportunity now to test out the new poll system that's been introduced by YouTube. It's actually something brand new that I just noticed this morning, so I haven't actually had an opportunity to mess around with it too much right now. But you can actually see, if you click on that I button in the top right of your video screen, I don't think you can actually see this if you're watching on mobile, so I do apologize. If you can, that's cool. Definitely get involved. I'm not sure. I don't have very much information, so you guys will be kind of my test, my little guinea pigs for today. So that's going to be a test poll, and what I think I'm going to try to do is that every time we go into a match or series, I'm going to put up a poll for who you think is going to win, and then we'll check in on that poll throughout the course of the event, or rather throughout the course of the games. And I'll give you guys information, just try to talk you guys up in the chat. So just a new fun little thing for interactivity with the channel. Again, YouTube gaming is still it's making progress. It's got a ways to go to catch up, but I think it's introducing the right features, and we're definitely getting caught up now. So anyways, with that stuff out of the way, let's discuss the specifics of today's event. Today is going to be a single elimination 2v2 tournament, so all games are going to be played as best of 3 up until the semifinals, which will be best of 5, and concluding with the third place and finals matches as best of 7 series. So the round of 32, if we have one, will end up kicking off on Downtown Dust Bowl. That one's pretty unlikely because that would insinuate that we have probably more than 32 players, which I would very much doubt. The round of 16 will start on Red Zone Rampage. That will most likely be our first match. And then the round of 8, which will be the quarterfinals, that one will start on Battle for Middle Egypt. And then we'll head into the semifinals, starting on Coastline Chaos, bringing us into the finals, which will begin on Backwater Brawl. And then if the third place match does take place here today, that will kick off on Crater of Carnage. So with that stuff out of the way, let's take a look and see if the brackets have been posted. I know I've been talking for a bit longer than I was expecting to. I don't think it has been posted just yet, unless I have the wrong link again, which I'm hoping I don't. I don't think I have the wrong link, so let me just refresh it and check. Yeah, the brackets haven't been posted, so luckily my little spiel hasn't taken too long, so we're going to take a very short break. You guys are saying my mic is a bit low. A bit low in relation to the music, eh? Okay. Oh, Toxic is trolling me. He's finally caught up and he's saying, no, it's fine. He had 2 windows open. Damn it, Toxic Shock! I just saw a message over in Skype about my mic being low, and I just panicked a little bit that my whole spiel couldn't even be heard. But anyways, that's going to be it for my spiel for this morning. We're going to be jumping into our first set of games here pretty soon as the brackets are posted, and then we'll be jumping into our first series, and it should be a good bit of fun here today. I think we saw a decent number of signups. It wasn't too crazy. Again, Tiberium Wars, we're still working on kind of revamping the tournament scene over here. We're still trying to get caught up here with Kane's Wrath. Obviously, there is a lower player count than what we see over in Kane's Wrath for the tournament scene, so we're just slowly trying to increase the numbers and try to give you guys some more incentive to play, and hopefully these tournaments are fun for you guys, because it's fun for me, for sure. But yeah. So anyways, I'm going to take a short break. We're going to try to get some more information, wait for the teams to be posted, and then we'll run through that stuff and then head into our first game. So thank you very much for joining me this morning, and I'll be back momentarily. Alright, while we're waiting, I am going to make a request of you live stream viewers, those lovely people out there that are watching right now while this is being broadcast. I'm going to be posting a poll for each set of games that we play here today, and I would really, really appreciate you guys actually taking the time to just click on one of the options and vote in the poll, so that way it gives me a good test bed of how this system works. I want to be able to use this in the future. And honestly, I think today's going to be a really good opportunity to kind of test this one out. So if you guys wouldn't mind, I would really appreciate you guys taking a moment to select who you think is going to win. Again, each poll will be posted, and I'll mention it. I'll give you an audio cue when the poll is posted, and it would be great if you guys could participate in that. I would really certainly appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, everybody, sorry for the long delay here, but we are actually going to get into our bracket rundown. It looks like these guys were just trying to take a few extra minutes here to make sure that we can get as many players into this game as possible. So let's take a look and run through our team. So Team Virtuous Pro going to be getting a free win out of the quarterfinals here, and that will be the team of Adam Lalana and Angel of Death. Interesting that two Game Replays staff members would get a free win. You mother... Nah, I'm not even going to say it. No, these guys are good players. Team Visioners, down below that, it's going to be the team of Monster Tamer and Mr. Dragon 99. Going to be up against Team Skimrock, interesting name, which will be, okay, it's team of Skim and Rockets, which is played to troll. I believe Rockets is We Got the Rockets, so I may actually just refer to him as Rockets throughout the day. Down below that, we have Team Tickle. Team Tickle. That could be taken differently. Team Tickle going to be a team of Ollie and Tikal. I'm not familiar with these guys at all, but they are getting a free win out of the quarterfinals. And then we have Oleg team, which will be Cloudiu and Big Mool, and I think Cloudiu goes by another name. I'll have to check in on who that is. I think it's YT Chas. So I think it's YT Chassis 600 full and Big Mool. And I'm going to struggle with that name all day as well. And then we have, down below that, they're facing off against Team Unknown John, which is going to be the team of Sean and Unknown. So that's going to be our bracket for today. A nice short and sweet bracket, which is actually not a bad thing. I like shorter brackets. It means that we're going to be able to cover more of the games, more than likely, and actually it'll be a pretty quick event. So, with that said, let's jump into our first game or series of the day, and we'll be jumping into our poll to see who you guys that are watching live think is going to win, and then we'll check in and see if you guys guessed it right at the end of the game or at the end of the series, and then we'll be headed into our next series. But anyways, we're headed into our first series of the morning, so thank you very much for joining us, and stay tuned. All right, everybody, our first poll for the day has been posted. We're going to be jumping into our first series, which will be Team Skimrock versus Team Visioners. So that poll has been posted. Go up there and select who you think is going to win. Team Visioners being the team of Monster Tamer and Dragon99 up against this team of Team Skimrock, Skim and Rockets, aka Play to Troll. And I'm not sure how this one's going to go, to be honest. This one could go either way, if you ask me, but then again, I don't know as well as you guys do, so I'm depending on you guys to come out and give me who is going to win in the poll. That, like I said, that's been posted, so be sure to vote now, and we'll check in on that at the end of this game. And then, obviously, we will check in on that throughout the remainder of this series. But we're going to be headed into game number 1, everybody. Downtown Dust Bowl, going to be the first map of the day. We're headed into that right now, so be sure to stick around. Hello, everybody, and welcome to game number 1 of our best of 3 quarterfinal series, and that brings us to the map Downtown Dust Bowl. And spawning in the top of the map as the first member of Team Visioners as the green GDI, we have Phantom, aka Monster Tamer, aka probably going to lose, and then sliding over to the right-hand side, his teammate as the red Scrin, we have Dragon99. And then moving down to the bottom side of the map as the first member of Team Skimrock as the yellow GDI, we have Skim. And then his teammate just up to the left of him as the cyan GDI, we got the Rockets. AKA Rockets, AKA Play to Lose, at least I believe that's who it is. But anyways, we're going to be throwing that scoreboard up. We'll actually get the scores posted as well, as this is a best of series. So it is game number 1, folks, and if you are watching this live, you can vote for who you think is going to win the series now by clicking that I button in the top right corner of your video screen. I know I'm going to keep saying that throughout the day, but again, it's a new feature. I want you guys to try it out, especially you guys that are watching live today. I want to get that one tried out. But anyways, APC is going to be out. Not sure. Oh, APC Engineer did manage to grab the Warp Sphere away from Dragon99, so that's a pretty significant loss at this stage in the game. That's going to be really preventing any production here, and Monster Tamer likely going to need to help him out, as there's really no way for Dragon99 to actually recover. Skim actually going super aggro. He's actually going to drop a War Factory here in the base of Dragon99. Dragon99 going to be building a portal here, going to be looking to get out some assimilators to maybe grab that War Factory away. Oh my god, he could have got that. That was so close, and now the Watchtower has come down. It's going to be very difficult for that to be dealt with. But we do have an MCV being packed up here. It looks like it's trying to deal with the APC Engineer. Looks like the Engineer is dead. Not sure why the MCV is still packed up. This is really, really bad here for Rockets. It's not what you want to be seeing. Not sure if the Engineer is still around here somewhere. Am I missing something? He's taking a lot of damage from that APC. He must have been worried that that was actually an APC engineer. But anyways, APC engineer was out to try to deal with the MCV here of Monster Tamer, and so we've got APC engineers all over the place. Crazy shenanigans. What's going on in Dragon 99's base? He's still got a couple of structures in his base, and oh my god, the troll is real. Skim really going hard on Dragon 99 right now, punishing him super hard. And actually, we do have a barracks down, going to be drafting some engineers right here on the front lines, going to be stealing away the refinery here, or rather extractor of Dragon 99. This is looking like all she wrote here for Dragon 99. He's just taken way too much infrastructure loss there in order to continue on in this game. Unfortunately, Phantom not able to actually assist his allies. He's been dealing with some stuff in his own base. Looks like he's held it off. He's actually drafted a couple of Guardian Cannons, which is unusual at this stage in the game. Actually unusual at any stage in the game, because Guardian Cannons are garbage. They're useful in a really bad situation, but yeah, it's not good. It's not good. But Dragon 99 opting to go into aircraft, kind of interesting. I mean, he's in a bad spot regardless, so he does sell his drone platform, gets about $100 for that. It looks like he's going to try to get out a couple of Storm Riders before his air tower goes down. Oh wow, he lifts that off at the very last possible second, but it's not going to matter too much. He needs to GG out of this game before he loses his last structure. Otherwise, those Storm Riders will go down, as he will lose. Once that power plant goes down, that's GG for Dragon 99. You're going to see those Storm Riders blow up, and that's not what you want to see. Dragon, you should have tossed it in, man. Should have given those Storm Riders over to Phantom, maybe given him a chance here, but it's not looking good for him. It looks like there was an APC engineer capture here coming out from Skim, going to be grabbing away one of the refineries here of Phantom. That's not good at all, but it looks like a power plant has been captured here. Whoa, oh, okay, no, that's not a power plant capture. It was a power plant draft here by Skim. So Skim's all over the map here right now, definitely carrying the weight of the team on his back. But Rockets is doing a fair job of his own, but now Phantom is going to be caught between a rock and a hard place here, as he does have, or rather between Rockets and a hard place. Ha ha. Okay, that one hurt me. It hurt me even thinking about it. But anyways, this game's been pretty chaotic. It's looking like it's going to be coming to a close here, as we do see Rockets pushing hard here on the far left-hand side. And interestingly enough, he brought the Rockets with him. Actually, they are missiles, as they're missile squads, not rocket squads. But he will be pushing forward, going to be drafting a couple of these bunkers, or rather foxholes, in the middle of Phantom's base, while meanwhile we have Skim pushing hard on the right-hand side. Actually, Skim pulled back. He should definitely be pushing into this base. And even if they trade horrifically bad here, they're still going to come out on top, as Phantom is essentially being mined out of the game. And yeah, he's going to fire sail up. It's looking like that's going to be it for this game. Maybe just waiting for that last power plant to go down. And that is going to be it. Team Skimrock picking up game number 1, putting them up 1-0. So pretty chaotic game number 1, to say the least. Again, Downtown Dust Bowl, pretty crazy stuff, especially in Tib Wars, because, I mean, even if you managed to survive the early NG APCs, which it didn't look like Dragon 99 was able to, you've got the very, very real threat of base creep, and it just tends to be a very, very chaotic map regardless. Even on Kane's Wrath, it's very crazy because it's just such super short rush distance. There's really no terrain issues to deal with, so you can get stuff in your opponent's base very quickly, and it's almost impossible to stop it without actually having out some early units of your own. But anyways, not going to overly analyze this game too much. That's going to be it for game number 1. Team Skimrock going to be up 1-0 in this best of 3 series. So that's going to be taking us into game number 2, everybody. Let's take a look and see how the poll is doing. Let's see. Can I actually see the details? I think I can see the details. Let me see here. I don't know how I see the details, so let me just check it a different way. Sorry, I want to do this stuff today. If it becomes a pain here early on, we'll see. Well, Team Visioners actually have 100% of the vote right now, so I'm not sure what the stats are, or if I'm the only one that actually voted. Anyways, we're not going to worry about it too much. Maybe we'll check in on it for the finals, but yeah, that's going to be it for game number 1. We're going to be heading into game number 2 shortly, everybody, so be sure to stick around. Hello everybody and welcome to game number 2 of our best of 3 quarterfinal series, and that brings us to the map Rectropolis. And spawning in the upper left corner as the first member of Team Skimrock, as the team that's up 1-0. Spawning as the yellow GDI, we have Skim. Looks like he's going for some kind of an APC engineer rush. And then down in the bottom left corner, his teammate as the cyan nod, we got the Rockets. Or just Rockets, probably what we're going to call them. But sliding over to the right-hand side as we see Shadow Team's going to be running over here. We'll check in on that in just a second. Spawning as the red screen, we have Dragon99. He's the first member of Team Visioners. We'll have to see where those Shadow Teams are going to hit. Let's see where they're going. It looks like they're looking for a Warp Sphere. They have been spotted. They could have been... Okay, so he gets the sell-off of the Warp Sphere before it goes down, so gets $160 back, because that would have definitely been lost. Unfortunately, he is low power, or rather, that is Phantom, so his teammate spawning in the upper right-hand corner just to get through the remainder of this. As the green screen, we have Phantom. I'm a bit all over the place right now. Whoa, 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 whoa! Stasis Chamber being called in on the Shadow Teams. That seems like a waste. I don't know, maybe they can kill these off? I'm kind of curious what happens here. Just to let you guys know, Phantom did grab the Tib silo in the middle of the map. Oh, he immediately takes off. He does lose a couple of the Shadow Teams, but nothing too serious. I think he actually gets away with almost all of the teams intact. I think he's still got four or five alive there. I honestly can't tell. It's hard. Well, there's one way to tell. All right, so he's got 4 squads alive. At least that's what it looks like to me. And they're still going to be flying around here. It looks like they're going to stick around, maybe look to do some additional damage here in the base of Dragon99. I'll actually pop that scoreboard up, realizing that I forgot that. It's just been too hectic here, too hectic with the Shadow Teams. But let's take a look in the base of Rockets. He's just ecoing up here. He has 3 refineries and 1 war factory. That's kind of interesting. You don't normally see 3 refineries on one field. But anyways, it looks like he's just going to be trying to macro up. We do have Skim going to be expanding to the middle of the map, going to be, I think, the first player to actually expand to the middle of the map, and these Shadow Teams really causing some problems here for our right side team. Team Visioners struggling with this one a bit. As you can see, they're still continuing to chase them away. Now some of the Shadow Teams have been thinned out. They're down to about 2 Shadow Teams left alive, at least from what I can tell. I don't know if there's any others that are kind of floating around the map here. But anyways, it looks like the center Tiberium silo is still under the possession of Phantom, and that's a huge cash boost to him, so he's going to be feeling pretty good about that. But the question is, will he be able to capitalize on this? He hasn't expanded, hasn't teched. So very, very interesting choices here being made. Actually, I think he must have teched. He must have teched, because we did see the early stasis chamber, and I have to imagine that that was from him, so that's likely why this portal is still around. Foundry being dropped, realizing that he needs to get his production online. But Phantom maybe running a little bit slow here in this game. I think he was trying to get some disintegrators and shock troopers out, but they weren't able to do too much damage here in the top left corner. As you can see, the watchtower has been dropped. A couple of power plants maybe getting picked off, but it looks like they have been either rebuilt or, yeah, just the attack was held off. Not too much of a concern there. But anyways, we do have some forces here from Skim going to be moving out through the middle of the map. It looks like they're going to try to put some pressure on the expansion of Phantom. A couple of APCs still floating around here. Oh, APC engineer capture was actually taking place on the extractor here of Phantom, and he actually managed to get himself a harvester as well, so going to be feeling very good about that. Dragon99 still has a scout in the base of Rockets, so going to be feeling pretty good about getting some information there. Dragon, actually, despite getting pressured really early on, he's the one that's looking to be the strongest of the 2 here out of Team Visioners. And Phantom, unfortunately, being pressured pretty hard. He's got a number of APCs out, and there are disintegrators coming out on the front lines, but they're getting annihilated here by these APCs. And it looks like just a bad rally point here as these disintegrators continue to come out, and this is not what you want to see. Very, very bad situation. Disintegrators not really the ideal choice in this particular instance. You want to be seeing a Warp Sphere down, and yeah, that portal actually being sold off. Those disintegrators really doing absolutely nothing, just kind of going into the meat grinder there. Meanwhile, Dragon99 holding the line here in his expansion. He wants to prevent Skim from doing too much damage. He does need to be worried, though, about the 2v1 situation that he's going to be in here pretty soon, as Rockets is looking like he's starting to mass up pretty good. Not sure why Rockets wasn't able to capitalize a little bit more on the on the disruption he did in the base of Dragon 99. He looks to be on equal footing here with him, which I guess is a testament to Dragon 99 really keeping himself alive in this situation. Now the Disintegrators en masse going to be chasing down the Predator tanks. They need to turn and fight the APCs right now before they take too much damage. Nope, they need to kite back. They need to kite back. It looks like a couple of Shock Troopers going to be out. No upgrades done just for those guys just yet, and we don't see the Plasma Disc Launchers nor the Blink Packs done on those guys. Disintegrator is going to be continuing to chase down APCs. Again, not what you want to be seeing. Definitely not the right unit mix to counter those APCs. But anyways, it is going to be a 2v1 situation here, kind of like we were expecting. Skimrock going to be moving into the base of Dragon 99, putting some pressure on these Harvesters. And Dragon 99 doing the best that he can to hold this off, but he doesn't really have many units to speak of. And being 2v1 in a situation like this is a very tough spot to deal with, as we do see a number of these Predator tanks here still alive from Skim. Going to be putting more and more damage out on these Harvesters. And honestly, if they just focus down the Harvesters at this stage in the game, I think they're going to be in really, really good shape, because Dragon 99 just has so much invested into this economy that if it can be eliminated, then he's going to be in a very bad position. Phase Field goes off on a full HP Harvester there. Not sure about the decision on that Phase Field. Could have been placed in a better spot. Flame Tank going to be moving forward here from Rockets. Actually, a number of Flame Tanks going to be coming in here from Rockets. And not sure if any of these are decoys, but they look like they're real ones. They're going to be coming in. They should be able to burn down this infrastructure without any trouble whatsoever. And it looks like he's going to be doing just that. The phased Harvesters there. Looks like another Phase Field was used, so it must have been 2 Phase Fields being used here on these Harvesters. And it's not going to matter too much, as we see Rockets just absolutely blasting through this base with the Flame Tanks. And then the Scorpion tanks, rather, will be able to take out the remainder of the Harvesters, so even if Dragon 99 managed to escape, he's still going to be in dire straits. Not sure what he's really going to be able to do in this game, to be completely honest. But, okay, so Tripod is out. That should actually signal the retreat here from these Flame Tanks, because the Tripod will just eat those guys alive. We've been focusing a lot on that fight, though. APC's still alive here, picking off infantry, and it looks like the Raider buggies here from Rockets have actually joined the fight and going to be just adding insult to injury to this portal that's just continually spamming out infantry. Looks like it has been cut offline now, just to prevent any additional units from being pumped out on the front lines. But now Phantom is reaping the results of this 2v1. And we do see Flame Tanks making their way up. The remaining Flame Tanks from Rockets going to be coming up here and flaming down the extractor of Phantom. Should be able to get some more damage off. It looks like they're trying to get in range to flame down the Lightning Spike. Really a wasted effort there, as it wasn't going to be able to kill it. And he could have definitely done some more damage to this extractor here. He was definitely in range. But anyways, it's looking like the focus fire not really happening right now coming out from Skim. He's just kind of moving through the base, just doing damage where he can and when he can. Firehawk's out from Skim as well, going to be coming in and adding insult to injury. He should be able to take down that drone platform now. Yeah, the drone platform was the target from that Firehawk strike, and the remainder of these forces have been killed off. Phantom in a very tough spot. He's saying, not sure how my MCV got so low. Yes, that was in fact Firehawks, my friend. And now we have upgraded Scorpion tanks with Dozer Blades and laser capacitors done from Rockets, and he's just going to smash the original main base here of Dragon 99. He doesn't really have much infrastructure left to speak of. Only a couple of those tripod husks left over. His drone platform has been killed off, so any expansion potential out of him is impossible. GG comes in from Monster Tamer. Dragon 99 sells up, and that is going to be it for this series, folks. Skimrock takes it 2-0. So a pretty solid game there from Team Skimrock, though they could have definitely played that one better. There's no question there. I mean, yes, Rockets did spend a lot of money early on those Shadow teams, but he just didn't seem to really capitalize on the fact that he was disrupting Dragon 99 so much early on. Or rather, it seemed like Dragon 99 didn't feel like he took so much damage, because he was able to keep up and actually get his base established on the expansion. But then when he started getting pressured 2v1 and having invested so much into the economy infrastructure rather than actually getting out some units, it looks like his plan was to get into tech and then get out some tripods, and he would actually be in a good position. That's actually really a good spot to be in for a Scrin player at that stage in the game, but he just wasn't able to get to that state. And we saw that by the tripods only getting to that base by the time that pretty much all of his economy infrastructure had been eliminated, and all of his harvesters were either killed or in very, very bad situations. So anyways, that's going to be it for game number 2 and the series. We did see Team Skimrock taking the victory there, going to be taking the 2-0, and they're going to be moving on. Let's take a quick look at the bracket here. I'll just give you guys a verbal update. So we will be seeing Team Skimrock facing off against Team Virtuous Pro, and that's going to be the team of Adam Lallana and Angel of Death. So that may actually be our next series here, and we'll actually check in on that in a minute. But anyways, that's going to be it for this series, guys. Let's take a quick look and see if you guys updated your poll votes. Hopefully not. Hopefully you left it as what you voted to begin with. So yeah, Team Visioners getting 80% of the vote, and Team Skimrock only getting 20%, but coming out with a 2-0 victory there. So looks like you guys did not know. But anyways, I'm kind of interested to see how these polls work out. I think we'll stop with the polls for today. I think we'll stop for today because I'm wasting way too much time on this. But anyways, that's going to be it for our first series, everybody. We're going to be heading into our next series momentarily, so be sure to stick around. Hello everybody and welcome to game number 1 of our best of 5 semifinal series, and that brings us to the map Coastline Chaos. And spawn in the upper left hand corner as the first member of Team Virtuous Pro as the purple purple Nod, as that's not GDI, we have Adam Lalana. And then his teammate just down below him, down in the bottom left corner as the pink GDI, we have Angel of Death. And then sliding over to the right-hand side as the bottom right corner, first member of Team Skimrock as the yellow GDI, we have Skim. And his teammate just above him in the top right position as the cyan Nod, we got the Rockets. Let's pop that up on the screen. We have 0-0. This is game number 1. It is a best of 5 series as well because we are in the semifinals right now. Let me just double check that. I have my info right. Yeah, this is semifinals. Okay. I was worried for a second that I was giving you guys the wrong info, but it is, in fact, semifinals. We're going to be seeing a quick expand here coming out from Angel of Death. Not very surprising. You want to get to that middle field as quickly as you possibly can. However, we will be seeing Adam Lalana kind of camping this one out in the top left. He's more than likely going to be dropping some refineries on his allies' expansion. Pretty typical stuff here for this map, and MCV still on the move here for we got the Rockets, and we do have an APC engineer out from, who is this? Whose APC engineer is this? Not sure whose APC engineer that is. That looks like that's actually Skim's, and he's going to be losing it there despite the efforts from we got the Rockets to actually stop that, and he did lose that APC engineer, so kind of weird pathing for that APC engineer to take. I don't know if he was trying to just defend the MCV of Rockets, but we will just be seeing some scout engagements here in the middle of the map as these guys have grabbed some structures in the center, but we do have some bikes out from Adam Lalana. Going to be putting a little bit of pressure on these harvesters, not very much though, because you can pretty easily drop some structures and just get out some militant squads, and they do enough damage to kind of dissuade you from continuing to poke damage. But it looks like Rocket's just going to be forcing out more and more of these watchtower drops, wants to get out more of the economy wasted to try to deal with these units. And that's really good. I mean, honestly, even though you can't do too much damage, it just forces out some kind of response from your enemy, and that's precisely what you want to be seeing. We do have another APC engineer here down on the bottom side of the map for Skim. The question is, will that be spotted? It more than likely will. We have some pit bulls moving out here for Angel of Death. He should be able to kill this off, no problem. Yeah, he's going to catch this right now. The engineer could de-garrison right now, but I think it would die regardless. I don't know if he got the engineer out. No, he didn't. So the engineer did die. Militant squads here just going to be hanging out. We do have some rocket squads garrisoned inside of these structures. A pretty good thing to do. Throw some rocket squads inside of those garrisons. Just makes them so difficult to deal with. Flame tank moving through the top of the side of the map here for Adam Lalana. It looks like he's going to be trying to get in here and maybe flame down one of these refineries. We'll have to see. He's actually coming in completely uncontested. There's nothing here to stop it. And it's going to definitely be seeing one of these structures taking some damage. Whoa! It's actually being body blocked by the Harvester. So that was kind of interesting. Tib Catalyst Missile being called in as well. Unfortunately, I think he took out his own flame tank with that. Actually, no, it was probably the Scorpion tanks that managed to drop that. But anyways, gave vision here to Adam Lalana to actually drop those 2 refineries. So he did the damage he was looking to do. That flame tank not doing as much as it probably could have, being body blocked by that Harvester. But not too bad all the same. Now we do see the pressure coming out here from Rockets. Down on the bottom side, Skim not doing a whole lot in this game. We've seen some APC engineers. Tier 3 done now for Adam Lalana, and he's going to be calling in Seed Tiberium. Obviously, we did see Tier 3 done for him as we have the Tib Chem plant. That's actually still around as well, so he's not done using that stuff up. And he will sell that off now, realizing that all those support powers are on cooldown. That building is kind of useless for the time being. He may rebuild it later on if this game goes on long enough. Grenadier squad's going to be coming in, managed to get the clear out on these garrisons, and that's the tricky thing with grabbing these garrisons. They're just so good to have, but if you get some anti-garrison units out, like Grenadier squads or Black Hand squads, they deal with those pretty handily. And holy cow! Apparently we have some like professional discus throwers over here going to be tossing grenades like 3 miles around the map here, but yeah, that was interesting. The range on those Grenadier squads is insane when they're garrisoned. Engineer out for, I believe it is Angel of Death, so more than likely going to be jumping into an APC here in the near future. Not going to be too surprised to see that, but we do have Orca's out from Skim, so he's gone into the air in this game, but we do have a couple of stealth tanks that are going to be camping out this field. Pitbull's doing a little bit of damage here, but not too much. Oh, they can actually pick off a couple of AP or V-35 Oxes with some engineers inside of them. They do manage to drop one of them, but the other one will get away. Not sure where it's headed, but these two stealth tanks are as good as dead. They're going to try to take down some Pitbulls, but it's not going to matter too much. Actually, one of them going heroic stealth tank. That stealth tank may actually survive, and he may just want to leave this one behind to die. Heroic stealth tank, holy crap, that must have done so much damage to go heroic that fast. But engineer actually coming out from Angel of Death. Okay, so that's where that engineer is going. Heroic stealth tank, though, that's a scary thing to see, and it looks like the Orcas are trying to hunt it down. Ooh, he needs to be careful. He doesn't want to be revealed here. He can just skim right past these Scorpion tanks, though. And yeah, Adam Lalana going to be feeling really, really good about having that heroic stealth tank. Such a damage threat, especially as the game goes on. Needs to be careful not to lose a couple of harvesters bugging out there for Angel of Death. It looks like he's ready to put the pressure on, though. He's got Predator tanks en masse. Really no anti-infantry, though, so this could be dealt with pretty quickly here by some rocket squads. Or I think Fanatics are a thing here in Tiberium Wars. You guys let me know. I never know. So you guys tell me, are Fanatics a thing in Tiberium Wars? I'm pretty sure they are. But, oh, Engineer! It's going to get the Tier 3! The Engineer gets the Tier 3, so the V-35 Ox transport manages to come in, grab the Tier 3 away from Adam Lalana. So despite having that fully heroic... Whoa! Okay, so Railgun's done now on the Predator tanks, doing huge amounts of damage. Insane amounts of damage, as some of you would prefer for me to say, or ridiculous amounts of damage. As that V-35 flying back from its successful run there, bringing that engineer to grab away the Tier 3. And looks like Angel of Death just continuing to put the pressure on here. He's being joined by some infantry. Wow, lots and lots of infantry here coming out from Adam Lalana in support, and it looks like the heroic stealth tank just going to be continuing to cause some problems here for Skim, as he's just dropping unit after unit, managing to take out some Orcas as they're taking off. He will be able to get away, and as it gets the full HP repair, oh man, Skim really being punished hard by this one stealth tank. He needs to just get up some watchtowers or something to try to deal with this, just to get some vision. But holy crap, rockets up against a swarm here of infantry, as well as Predator tanks with railguns coming forward, and it looks like the Scorpion tank's going to be called forward to actually crush all of this infantry. Smart move. He's taking a lot of damage from this infantry. Shockwave artillery being called in. Where is it going to hit? Thought I heard shockwave artillery. Am I imagining things? I think I'm imagining things. This game is just so crazy. I've never seen so much stuff happening in one place. There are Orcas flying over the top being shot down. We have some harassing bikes coming in, going to be trying to poke down these harvesters. We have railgun, Predator tanks, infantry with upgrades, avatars, sonic emitters. This is insane. This is the quintessential 2v2 game right here, folks. You don't see too much of this. And where is that stealth tank? Stealth tank's still alive here, going to be poking down more and more of these units. That's just... it's so hard to deal with. He's going to be able to kill off all of these units. He's just trading so well. He's more or less kept Skim out of this game just with that one stealth tank. Just so devastating. Orca's flying over the top now for Angel of Death, going to be trying to do as much damage to these avatars as they can. But it looks like Angel of Death and Adam Lalana have been beaten back despite the huge force that we saw coming out from them. The huge combined effort to try to take down rockets. But Angel of Death is still massing up these Predator tanks. Not sure if some of these were pulled back and just getting some repairs, but Harvesters pulled off the lines here. It looks like they're trying to maybe draw some fire, maybe going to be going in to steal some Tiberium. That would honestly be the best use of their time. Stealth tank going to be just continuing to skirt away here. Adam Lalana most likely focusing almost all of his efforts on that one stealth tank just because he knows how good it will be. Barracks coming down now for Angel of Death. He's going to try to get out some infantry as well, and this is kind of the tough spot. It's like, what do you do to try to crack through this base? And the problem is they're just buying time here for Skim to actually get himself kind of recuperated and back into this game. Orca's still flying around now, and it looks like he's just trying to desperately find this stealth tank. He has no idea where it is, and he's driving around with Pitbulls and Orcas. A smart move. He's just on the hunt for that one stealth tank. Where did it go, though? I'm not sure where that stealth tank is at. I can't actually see it on the map. It's more than likely coming in to do some damage. There it is. It's coming up to the top side. It has been spotted by the bike. Needs to be pulled back, though. Doesn't want to take too much damage. He does manage to take down another harvester before pulling back. So just... I can't get over it. The heroic stealth tanks just so incredibly difficult to deal with here in Tiberium Wars. There's just no real answer to it. And it looks like it's actually being used to crush some of this infantry as well. So Adam Lallana really putting in work here. You would almost think that he was controlling it like a MOBA unit. But anyways, we'll be seeing harvesters just continuing to steal away this Tiberium. They haven't been spotted yet. These bikes are out of range. They are being used to spot the stealth tank, though. One small volley from that stealth tank manages to bring down a Dozer Blade Scorpion tank to a half HP. So that's pretty scary. Orca's going to be flying in. One will almost go down. Nope. Okay, so he does manage to take down the Avatar before it takes too much damage. Now we do see Angel of Death pushing in here with the Railgun. Predator tank's going to be doing lots and lots of damage. He manages to take down one of the Avatars. He's going to be focusing down the War Factory. Smart move here, just denying the repairs here to rockets. He wants to continue to focus down the remainder of these units. He's going to try to focus down the SAM turrets. I don't know about the choice to focus down the SAM turret. I mean, he can just keep his air units at home. But right now, there's really not too much left here for rockets. And rockets is taking a lot of infrastructure damage. Skim needs to get in here and he needs to help out his ally, but he's just struggling for cash right now. He has no money to speak of. And we do see that the Orca's now flying back over the top. The last Avatar has gone down. The last Avatar, I don't know why I find that funny, but anyways, we will be seeing the Orca's taking a bit of damage here from these anti-air units from rockets, but it's looking like rockets is going to be pressured out of this game now by the Predator tanks here from Angel of Death. And where is that stealth tank? Where is that pesky stealth tank? Not quite sure, but we do have some infantry coming out from Adam Lallana, going to be joining this fight as well, going to be picking off the reinforcements coming in from Skim, which is going to be preventing him from getting involved in this fight at all. And Adam Lallana, interestingly enough, has kept Skim pretty much out of this game while really putting a lot of pressure on Rockets. And Rockets has managed to hold the line for a decent amount of time, but I think he's pretty much out of this game. He's saying move your MCV, not quite sure what they're talking about. I think he's talking to Angel of Death. But anyways, Plated Troll, a.k.a. We Got the Rockets, going to be tossing in the towel. And I think he gives over full control over to Skim. But it's not going to matter too much. I think Rockets and Angel of Death, or rather, Angel of Death and Adam Lallana are just too far ahead in this game to really have to worry too much about things at this point. Where's that stealth tank? Please tell me it's still alive. Please tell me I didn't see that. I didn't miss it going down. I just want to find it. I mean, the game's pretty much over here, guys. I mean, I'm kind of surprised Skim's keeping this one going. GG finally comes in from him. He's realizing that there's just no way to possibly come back, and that's going to be it. Team Virtuous Pro going up 1-0. So pretty solid game. Rockets actually played pretty well in this game. He managed to hold off a 2v1 there for quite a bit of time with the assistance of only a sonic emitter or two from Skim. But Skim just getting pressured so hard by that heroic stealth tank, just so much damage. Just really, there was just no answer to it, and you can see that he just tailed off in his ability to gather resources towards the end of the game because he was just unable to keep up with rebuilding those harvesters after being picked off by that heroic stealth tank. You can see Angel of Death actually managed to grab the most resources in the game, but we did see We Got the Rockets managing to keep a close second. So it looks like the people that expand towards the center of the map are usually the ones that grab the most resources. But again, you can counteract that by dropping refineries and really kind of turning that expansion into your base as well. If you're the player that's kind of left off to their own devices on the other side of the map. But anyways, that's going to be it for game number 1. We're going to be headed into game number 2 here momentarily, folks. So be sure to stick around. Hello everybody and welcome to game number 2 of our best of 5 semifinal series, and that brings us to the map Backwater Brawl. And spun in the top left corner as the first member of Team Virtuous Pro is coming off of a victory in the last game as the blue nod, we have Angel of Death. And then his teammate down just below him as the green nod, we have Adam Lalana. And sliding over the right hand side as the first member of Team Skimrocks as the cyan GDI, we got the Rockets, and he's going to be going for APC Engineers, not terribly surprising, and then sliding up to the top right corner, his teammate as the yellow GDI, also going for some early NG APCs, we have Skim. So let's pop that up on the scoreboard. So it is 1-0 in favor of Team Virtuous Pro. So, I mean, Skimrock can still lose this game and still be alive in the series. Actually, we did see a Raider Buggy going down there, a Pitbull and an APC going to be able to take that one down. So the APC engineer should be able to get in and do some work here, at least force a sell-off of a structure. We'll have to see what it's going to end up being here for Angel of Death. He's more than likely going to be quick enough to respond to this. And what's it going to be? Oh, is he going to be able to get the crush? No, he's going to... Okay, he did get the sell-off at the very last possible second there. So he gets the sell, gets the $1,000 back for his War Factory, but that will be just slowing down his build a tiny bit, and it only cost Skim $500 to actually do that to him, so not too bad to say the least. Meanwhile, we do see a bit of damage poked down into the War Factory of we got the Rockets. Not quite sure what happened there. It looks like maybe, honestly not sure what happened there. It looks like a couple of bikes out from Adam Lalana. Oh, wait a second. Are these Oh, okay, so it's Rocket Squads that are coming forward and doing that damage. It looks like the Rocket Squad's going to come forward and try to take down these, the Rifleman Squad, but that's, I mean, kind of a futile effort because those Rifleman Squads take a lot of damage, a lot of rocket damage before they go down. Should be focusing down the War Factory right now. I mean, there's really no anti-air or anti-infantry units. He's going to decide to pull back. He's going to keep control of that structure there. Not a terrible decision. Keeping those forward structures under your control is actually a very good idea. We do see the base creep coming out from Skim, so it's looking like he wants to really put the pressure here on Angel of Death. Another APC engineer here in the top side of the map. Angel of Death going to be getting pressured once again. Doesn't have any base defenses queued at the moment, so he's going to have to be forced to sell off one of these structures. Not sure. Maybe he'll get a base defense down. No, he doesn't have any base defenses queued. He packs up his MCB, forces the sell-off of the refinery, doesn't actually get his engineer back, so not too much loss there for Angel of Death. I mean, he did lose a refinery just by being forced to sell it off, so he's being denied quite hard right now early on, especially with the base creep coming his way. And if we got the Rockets really understands what's going on here on the top side of the map, I think he would just be best off assisting his ally and knocking Angel of Death out of the game earlier on, because the longer this goes on, it's just going to be giving Angel of Death an opportunity to come back, whereas right now he's in a very good spot to take him down. So we'll have to see. Two of these center tower structures are going to be held by we got the Rockets. Actually, that's going to be a third one. Could potentially see a fourth one being grabbed as well. Usually you want to grab the ones that are closer to your enemy's expansions, just because that way you can poke some damage on any units or harvesters that manage to go a little bit too close to the tower's radius there. APC from that APC engineer still doing some damage here. Going to manage to clean up the remainder of that militant squad from the sold off refinery, but we do have Orcas out for Skim as well. So Skim really liking the Orcas here today, as we've seen them quite a bit, and it's looking like he's going to move out with 3 Orcas now. Not quite sure where they're going to hit, but Adam Lalana getting a little bit of pressure here from the APCs, as it looks like there was APCs and Pitbulls here being moved into the base of Adam Lalana. They will go down though. That last Pitbull going to be getting focused down, I think. The bikes don't seem to want to tango with it. They will finally manage to fire off a couple remaining shots. They should be able to kill that off before it goes down. There we go. So the game is stalled out a little bit here, which is actually good for Angel of Death. He wants to be able to get some time to get himself back in this game. The question is, will Skim have a force here to really push forward in the near future? He's actually gone up to tier 3, so going to be looking to get out maybe some Juggernauts or something in the very near future. He does still have an APC in the base of Angel of Death, so he's going to be feeling pretty good about getting that vision radius. He's going to see the tier 2 coming down. I don't think he's got vision of the air tower, but whatever this was, probably does have vision. And oh man, we do see the Tiberium Catalyst missile being called in on Skim. Going to drop down 2 refineries there. They also have an Orca Strike, or maybe a Tib Vapor Bomb. Tib Vapor Bomb being called in. That's going to be seeing that airfield and a power plant going down. War Factory being sold off quickly enough there by Skim to actually get the money back for that, but he will be losing his airfield. I'm not sure what his Orcas are up to. If they still have ammo, they should be fine. Oh, I don't know. I think they're firing off their ammo right now. Oh, that's not what you want to be doing. He's force firing on the ground. I think that was honestly a mistake. Oh, because now these guys don't have any ammo. Okay, so they do have an airfield to land on. Tier 2 does go down, so no airfields can be rebuilt right away. But it's not going to matter too much. And what else do we have coming out here? It's looking like Angel of Death is getting himself back into this game. He needs to deal with his APC in his base because it's giving a lot of scouting information here. I mean, not a tremendous amount. There's not a whole lot being built back here, but like if the Tier 3 was dropped back in this area, that would be pretty critical to know. And it's just good to anti-scout your opponent. Oh, V35 Ox being called in here. Does that have an engineer? I'm trying to click on it. There it does. So it does have an engineer. The V35 Ox could be a problem here for Angel of Death. Maybe that's why you want to get rid of those scouts. But anyways, it looks like Skim is focusing with his Orca. Is going to be trying to take down the avatars here from Adam Lalana, which is pressing forward. We do see the base creep coming in from Adam Lalana. He's going to be looking to put on some serious pressure here. We did see actually we saw the stealth field being called in, killing off some infantry there. I think it was a couple of rocket squads. Not too much there to be worried about. Angel of Death now on the move with this V35 Ox. It looks like he's going to try to grab the MCV, and I don't disagree with that decision. Nothing being queued off of that construction yard right now, so I don't think Angel of Death has even sees this. Skim gets the MCV, sells it off, gets 1,500 credits back, and he will get an engineer as well. He's going to jump that engineer into the remaining APCs, so that APC being left behind is really, really not helping. And the engineer will jump out, but it will get promptly crushed by that harvester that was waiting for its opportunity to dock there. But anyways, down on the bottom side of the map, it's looking like Adam Lalana being somewhat beaten back here by the forces of Rockets and, or rather the forces of, yes, Rockets and Skim. But no, actually Flame Tank coming forward, going to be able to do quite a bit of damage once it gets into range, and he should be able to take down that refinery and maybe get himself a barracks as well. I think he's trying to get a little bit too greedy here to try to get into range to take down the War Factory. No, not sure what that Flame Tank was really doing. Juggernaut's out now for Rockets, and this is going to be a good situation. He wants to be able to sit these Juggernauts just behind structures and focus down these base defenses as they're coming online. Avatar is going to come forward, going to try to get into range to start focusing down some of this infrastructure, and once that War Factory goes down, it's going to leave Rockets in a pretty tough situation. We do have sonic emitters coming down here from Skim trying to help out. Honestly, the pressure's really on Skim here. A couple of Scorpion tanks in his base taking a lot of economy damage, a lot of harvesters going down. He's going to be forced to drop a barracks in his own base, get out some missile squads, try to hold this one off, but now we have the pressure coming forward out of Angel of Death, so he's got a huge infantry swarm here. It's looking like he's transitioned into almost hard infantry and is just pushing hard on this base. Lots and lots of rocket squads, decent amount of Black Hand squads as well. Orca Strike comes in, does some good damage to the rocket squads, but it's not going to be devastating enough to matter too much. Skim being pressured now. His Juggernaut's not going to really be too worthwhile in this fight, as they're just going to get focused down almost instantly. Harvesters being called off the line, trying to kill off some of this infantry, but it's not going to matter too much. Rockets taking pretty critical damage here down on the bottom side of the map as well, so not really going to be able to assist Skim at all. But Skim actually taps out of this game. We got the Rockets looking like he's going to fall pretty shortly after, and that's going to be it. Game number 2 going over to Team Virtuous Pro. So game 2 going over to Team Virtuous Pro, going to be putting Team Skimrock in a bad spot here for game number 3. They need to take 3 victories in the next 3 games, and fighting from an 0-2 deficit is always a tough spot to be in. So I would imagine Angel of Death and Adam Lalana are going to be feeling really good about an opportunity to get here into the finals. And Team Skimrock, they're going to have something up their sleeve here for game number 3. They looked really good early on, but I think it was just a missed opportunity. I think if Rockets had honestly assisted Skim on the top side of the map, realizing that Angel of Death had been pressured so much early, that they really could have just capitalized on keeping Angel of Death kind of out of the game. Yes, Rockets would have been pressured. He would have received counter pressure from Adam Lalana, but I think it would have been later compared to the damage that was done to Angel of Death. And yeah, I mean, there's a number of different situations that could have happened there, but I saw an opportunity early on for for Team Skimrock to really put some team play into work and really come out on top. But when it ended up becoming the 1v1 situation, Angel of Death and Adam Lallana really coming through victorious in that game, despite Angel of Death being pressured very, very early on. So solid game coming out from those guys. That's going to be it for game number 2. We're headed into game number 3 momentarily, everybody, so be sure to stick around. Hello everybody and welcome to game number 3 of our best of 5 semifinal series, and that brings us to the map Downtown Dust Bowl. And spawning the top of the map as the first member of Team Skimrock as the yellow GDI, we have Skim. See an APC engineer coming out of him, and then sliding over to the bottom, or rather the far left side as the Cyan Nod, we got the Rockets. And then sliding down to the bottom side as the first member of Team Virtuous Pro, and the team that's up 2-0 in this series, as the pink GDI, we have Angel of Death. And then his teammate just up to the right of him as the orange Nod, we have Adam Lallana. So let's pop that up on the scoreboard. So it is 2-0 in favor of Team Virtuous Pro. Team Skimrock really behind the 8 ball right now. They need to make something happen in this game in order to continue on in this event and secure themselves a spot in the finals. So that's really what they're battling for right now, is an opportunity to get into the finals, as you would expect with any semifinals matchup. Not quite sure why I'm having to say that, but anyways, we do see some pressure coming out from Adam Lallana early on, going to be coming out in the form of some bike buggy, and by that I do mean 3 bikes and 1 buggy. Not too much there to be worried about. 1 watchtower will be enough to dissuade those guys from continuing forward. We did see the engineer getting sniped there, not quite sure what it got hit by, but more than likely by the bike buggy here coming out from, we got the Rockets, and we will be seeing just the harvesters happily mining away. We do see a quick expansion here down, or rather base creep expansion coming out from, we got the Rockets. We may be seeing some early pressure coming out to really hurt him early on, because going for that heavy eco here on this type of a map is kind of a scary proposition. Whoa, where's the MCV? Okay, I thought for a second that I missed an MCV snipe. MCV's on the move here for Angel of Death. He's moved back into a more secure position. Not quite sure why he hasn't deployed. He's more than likely focusing elsewhere. Not quite sure what he'd be focused on. It looks like he's maybe just trying to keep these infantry alive. Oh, MCV still unpacked. There it goes. Now unpacks and is going to get online. Construction yard looks like it took a bit of damage there. APC engineer looks like it was actually coming out there. Skim, he has tier 2 in the base of we got the rockets. Not quite sure why that's there. Interesting. Maybe just trying to get some build radius. But anyways, we will be seeing not a whole lot coming out from these guys. It looks like they're just ecoing at the moment. Team Skimrock seems to want to just play the eco game. Looks like Adam Milana is content with doing that as well. He's going to get out a couple of rocket squads. Going to try to deal with this APC engineer that's moving into his base. He should be able to snipe that down, no problem. Engineer bails out at the very last second. May force the pack up of the MCV. I think it's going to force the pack up. There it is. He packs up the MCV. Luckily, he didn't cancel any structures. The secret shrine comes down before he had to pack it up. But now these attack bikes force firing on the ground, trying desperately to kill off that engineer, but weren't able to do so. But didn't lose anything for the time being. We'll be seeing some Predator tanks joined by some Pitbulls here coming out from Skim on the top side of the map, looking to pressure down Adam Lalana here on the right-hand side. Hand of Nod comes down, should be able to get out some rocket squads to hold off this attack. There's really no anti-infantry to speak of here coming out from Skim, and he's really not getting any assistance from his ally on this push, as his ally is just ecoing up at the moment as well. Going into double War Factory, triple War Factory, Scorpion tanks, I think. Nope, double War Factory. In fact, his MCV's way out of position, though. His MCV's way out and exposed. So that's kind of a problem. APC engineers could be a serious issue for that MCV here in the near future. We'll have to check in on that in a little bit. Flame tanks now coming out here for we got the rockets. Maybe going to be a choice anti-infantry or just an opportunity to actually push in and do some serious infrastructure damage. Angel of Death moving his MCV again here. It looks like he wants to maybe put on some infrastructure pressure here onto rockets, but not quite sure what the MCV move is for. Just going to be beaconing a couple of these flame tanks. Not sure how he even spotted that. Maybe it was a radar scan. Not quite sure how he knew that was coming. We do have some Pitbulls out from Skim, going to be just moving around the map, not really quite sure where they want to engage, more than likely just trying to get some scouting information. It looks like the Secret Shrine is still just kicking around here, not quite sure what it's being used for. Maybe looking to get some infantry upgrades, I believe. Okay, both infantry upgrades are done. The Confessor upgrade as well as Tiberium Infusion done here for Adam Lalana, so he's going to be looking to go for decently heavy infantry production. Flame tanks, where did they go? Okay, stealth flame tanks coming in. Stealth flame tanks coming in here, and I don't think they've been spotted. No, Skim actually coming down and managing to clean up all of the extra units here. They are now going to be spotted here by the Pitbulls that were just rallying to the other side of the map. Looks like they're more than likely going to turn around. No, they're not turning around. These flame tanks are going to be left to their own devices. One flame tank at least. No, there are still two alive. So these two flame tanks should be able to kill off both of those refineries. The Pitbulls missing an opportunity there. More than likely didn't even see the flame tanks coming as they were on a rally point to try to join this fight. And we can see they're going to try to push through this base defense and Avatar hold here from we got the rockets. But meanwhile, Rockets has taken out all of the infrastructure here from Angel of Death, and realizing this now, Angel of Death has actually pulled his harvesters back, or maybe they're on an auto rally. They must be on an auto rally because they're all full. Those flame tanks really doing some serious work, and I think he's beaconing it now, realizing that he's lost his refineries. These flame tanks missing an opportunity here to come in and do some more infrastructure damage that could be... Oh, okay, so there's a stealth field down. Disruption tower being dropped by Adam Milana. Smart move. So that's what that secret shrine is being used for, to get that stealth tower upgrade, or rather disruption tower. Oh boy, what is going on in this game? Where's the MCV here from Skim? Skim? Okay, there it is. It's in the exact position that it started in. I don't know why I thought it had moved. But anyways, it looks like Skim is content with just kind of spamming out units at this point. Actually, he doesn't have a whole lot of army to speak of. Not quite sure what's happened between Skim and Adam Lalana, but looks like those guys are content with just having a kind of a cold war here on the other side of the map. Harvester's bugging out there, a little bit unfortunate, as it's trying to drive around looking for an opportunity to dock with this refinery. Only 2 refineries though, so going to be pretty heavily delayed on this eco. Angel of Death going to be expanding over to the right-hand side again. Going to be forced to try to drop some refineries over there. That's going to be delaying his base push a little bit here. We do see APC Engineer coming in, looking for the... Oh, he gets it! He gets the Tech Lab. So that's going to be really good. Skim going to be feeling very, very good about that. Adam Lallana not happy with the way that one went. Needs to sell this off. Maybe going to be waiting for that Engineer to actually come out before he sells this one off. I think that would be the smart move. Oh, wait a second. These militant squads. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, so that was a... Okay, that was ballsy. That was actually a barracks coming out from Skim. I thought that was Adam Lallana, but it was not. I thought that disruption tower, I guess I don't know what that disruption tower's range is because he apparently wasn't able to stop the APC Engineer. But APC Engineer coming in again for Skim, really being a pain here in this game. Looking for an opportunity to maybe snipe a refinery, but it has been spotted. Adam Lallana did beacon it, so they know it's down here, and they're going to hunt that one down. Oh, maybe not. Maybe if this one's left to its own devices, it should be able to hang out here for a little while. I have to imagine that it's spotted by that harvester, though. APC Engineer coming out in response from Angel of Death. We did hear Tiberium Catalyst Missile. Oh, Tiberium Catalyst Missile coming in and dropping the remaining 2 refineries here for Angel of Death. He has been crippled. Does he even have a refinery at this stage in the game? He doesn't. He doesn't have any refineries at all. And there's an APC Engineer here waiting to grab away a refinery once it's dropped. Skim could really knock Angel of Death out of this game if he's able to steal away the refinery here. If he sees this and he moves in with this APC Engineer, this could be GG here for Angel of Death. I don't know how he would recover at this point. MCV and a huge infantry swarm moving here in for Adam Lallana here on the right-hand side as he's pressuring into this base. But Juggernauts and Sonic Emitter is going to be the defense of choice here coming out from Skim, and he should be able to hold this line for a little while. But the question is, when will the pressure be too much? MCV taking quite a bit of damage there from the Orca strike. And actually the Juggernauts are doing quite a bit of damage as well. They managed to take down the MCV. The Juggernaut's range just long enough to manage to snipe that one down. And actually we did have an Obelisk coming down from rockets to try to assist in that. Oh, but APC Engineer still not being used here. Maybe a missed opportunity. A couple of refineries down now for Angel of Death. He's going to be able to get that economy back online. I think, honestly, Skim has forgotten about that APC Engineer, which is a bit unfortunate. It looks like a power plant is grabbed here by Skim. Not quite sure how that happened. It looks like maybe the oh my god, did he grab the MCV of rockets? I think he grabbed the MCV of rockets. No, there's rockets MCV. Maybe he rebuilt it, maybe it was captured. I'm not quite sure, but he has a power plant. Skim has a power plant in the base of rockets. Not quite sure how that happened. Huge Avatar army coming out from Adam Lallana. I did not see this even being produced. Just been too focused elsewhere. But meanwhile, we have a battle raging down on the bottom side of the map. It's looking like pretty much the same unit composition coming out from Rockets as he's going to press forward. He should be able to win this fight against Angel of Death over the long haul. The question is, will Skim be able to hold against this this Avatar force coming out from Adam Lallana? It's looking like he should be able to hold the line here. I mean, there's a decent number of Avatars, some good amounts of infantry left over, but I think he's still got Tier 3. He does still have Tier 3, so Sonic Emitter's still on the cards here for Skim. He's still going to be able to survive this engagement, but meanwhile, we have a huge Avatar army swarm moving forward, coming out from we got the rockets. He's just going to continue to pressure forward. Needs to just snipe down the infrastructure. Doesn't need to focus too much using these avatars to kill off infantry. And that's going to force the sell-off there from Angel of Death. Not quite sure what he's going to be able to do to keep himself alive in this game. His MCV being pressured. No, actually, he tapped out. I think Angel of Death tapped out. Yes, he's gone. Angel of Death taps out, and it's just Adam Lallana left to 1v2 in this situation. So Team Skimrock may have managed to take a game here, and they're making this series it's going to be a barn burner here. I don't quite know how Adam Lallana is going to come out on top. He's got a big Avatar army. This is the problem. They're sweeping through each side of the base, and if one person stops to really keep their base alive, then the other will be defeated. So that's the tricky part. But I think at this point they don't need to worry too much about dealing with his infrastructure, dealing with his eco infrastructure, that is. They just need to sweep through. Rockets needs to just continue pushing forward. Okay, so he's going to destroy the remaining structures here. I don't know. I don't know about the decision because there's a couple of power plants being left behind, so if it becomes a base trade, he's going to be in a bad spot. because those power plants are still alive. We need to see some flame tanks right now coming out from We Got the Rockets, because it looks like Skim has more or less been destroyed here on the top side of the map by Adam Lallana. Kind of interesting to see the exact same unit compositions moving forward from both sides, but it looks like the base push going to be coming in here from Adam Lallana, going to be moving his MCV around the map. So even if Rockets manages to take out all of his infrastructure, he still needs to catch up with that Avatar army that's going to be joined by some infantry pretty soon here, as we do have dual racks, or rather dual Hand of Nod coming out, double MCV as well. Had to clear my throat there, but the Avatars are moving forward. They do have some anti-infantry support here from the Black Hand that are still kicking around, and they should be able to deal with any infantry that are left alive here. Looks like there's actually a shadow team out. They should be able to kill off these Black Hand squads pretty quickly. And I think the disruption tower was preventing the infantry from being spotted here. And Rockets may actually lose all these Avatars now. Oh my god, did I speak too soon? The disruption tower is coming through in the clutch as we see Adam Lallana continuing to press forward here on the top side of the map. The Avatar is not really in range to be hitting infrastructure yet, but the infantry is pushing forward. Infantry support power being called in here by Skim. He's trying desperately to keep himself alive, but honestly, I think Adam Lallana has done it. I think Adam Lallana has honestly done it. No, the Avatars are falling back here for We Got the Rockets. He is expanding off to the right-hand side. Okay, I thought for a second there that Rockets was just so invested in that one attack that he wasn't microing elsewhere, but MCV is unpacked here, or rather packed up for Adam Lallana. Not quite sure where he's heading with that, maybe looking to take it along for the ride. Needs to get some anti-infantry in here to actually deal with these infantry coming out from Rockets and Skim. Whew, this one's turned into an interesting match here, as we do see the infantry pushing forward now from Adam Lallana, going to be trying to take down the refineries here coming out from Skim and We Got the Rockets, realizing that this is really where the majority of the eco is left in the game. However, there are 3 refineries down for We Got the Rockets at this stage in the game. And these Shredder turrets doing way more damage to the infantry than the infantry are doing to the infrastructure here. So not a worthwhile trade here for Adam Lallana. It looks like he's got a couple of heroic rocket squads mixed in there as well, probably from taking out a couple of Avatars. But the base creep is now coming in from Adam Lallana as he's going to continue to push forward here. Where is that MCV? I would imagine the MCV is coming forward. There it is. Already unpacked. Should be looking to drop a refinery or 2 on this field. Just going to be keeping that eco in his favor. And I can't even select this. This is kind of interesting. B-35 Ox transport just going to be hanging out there from Skim. Looks like it was just left over, but Skim is going to be knocked out of this game. He's trying to run with his MCV. I don't quite know why he's trying to keep himself in this game, though. I don't know how he could honestly stay alive. He's got Firehawks! He's got Firehawks! How does he have Firehawks? How does he have tech? How did he build Firehawks? He must have built that before his tier 3 went down. That's amazing. Okay, so Skim not out of this game yet, and he can actually do some nice work on the backside of things and allow Rockets to really focus on trying to beat back this army. Ooh, this is very interesting. So those Firehawks can now bomb all the outlying structures. They can start taking out power plants very quickly here. And, or maybe they're going hard. They're going hunting for the MCV. The pack-up of the MCV denies a bit of that damage because the Firehawks don't do as much damage to vehicles as they do to structures. So nice pack-up there coming in from Adam Lallana. I don't know if that's his only MCV. He doesn't have much left to speak of, though. Looks like there's a couple of pit bulls out from Skim. Just going to be getting some vision here of this this expansion. Man, those Firehawks really coming through in the clutch. I think that honestly dissuaded... Oh, wait a second. What? Is he focusing down his low HP avatars to... That's what he's doing. This is amazing. I've never seen this. I have never seen this done. Adam Lallana is focusing down the avatars that are low HP so that he can put a saboteur inside them and get them back up to half HP. That is a very interesting and very costly strategy, but it may end up paying dividends here. We'll have to see if he's able to make that one work out for him. But there are still MCVs here for Skim and Rockets. So Skim, he's still alive in this game, and those Firehawks, they have been spotted now as far as where they're at on the map. So the question is where they're going to hit. I think, honestly, they're going to be looking for the MCV. Honestly, the refinery wouldn't be a bad idea to hit it either, because those... I think that refinery is really the only one left. Skim has a couple of APCs with some garrison sniper teams, but now it's looking like this might be the final engagement here between Rockets and Adam Lallana, as we do see the avatars coming forward, and they're fighting tooth and nail. Some Rocket squads mixed in here for Adam Lallana, but I think, honestly, Rockets has done it. I think he's managed to win this engagement. He's got so many more avatars, and the focus fire is just so much better. GG comes in from Adam Lallana. That's going to be it. Adam Lallana is going to be throwing in the towel, and Team Skimrock is going to be kept alive in this series. Man, Adam Lallana has been defeated. Team Skimrock coming through with a skin of their teeth victory in this game. Wow, that was honestly the most interesting game of today, hands down, because Skim, I mean, he was pressured so hard by the forces of Adam Lallana towards the mid to late game and was actually completely beaten off of his entire base. And he was forced to actually continue running. He managed to get up an airfield as well as 4 Firehawks before his tier 3 went down. And he was able to use that to bomb Adam Lallana out of the game, prevent his MCV from keeping himself alive, and allowing that Avatar swarm to really continue pushing forward. Very interesting strategy coming out from Adam Lallana to focus down those avatars, his own avatars that were super low HP, and then jump some engineers inside of them. Very costly though, and that may have actually lost him the game, not quite sure. But anyways, it wasn't going to matter too much, because if he dropped any more infrastructure, it was just going to be bombed by Skim. So very, very good late game play there coming out from Rockets and Skim to keep themselves alive in that game. Obviously, Adam Lallana doing great work to 1v2 in that situation. He was looking very strong towards the mid to late game, and honestly, I thought he had an opportunity to win that game outright. But we did see the forces of Skim, and we got the Rockets coming through victorious. So very solid game number 3 there. We will be taken to a game number 4 after that. So that's going to be bringing the score to 1-2, and the 2 victories going over to Virtuous Pro for right now. So Skimrock, they're maybe starting the reverse sweep here. We'll have to see what happens. Game number 4 coming up momentarily, everybody. So be sure to stick around. Hello everybody and welcome to game number 4 of our best of 5 semifinal series, and that brings us to everybody's favorite map, Red Zone Rampage. Spawn on the top side of the map as the first member of Team Skimrock. As the cyan nod, we have Rockets. And sliding over to the top right corner as his ally, as the yellow GDI, we have Skim. And sliding down to the bottom side as the first member of Team Virtuous Pro, as the purple nod, we have Adam Lalana. And sliding down to the bottom left corner, his teammate, as the pink scrin, we have Angel of Death. So it is do or die here for Team Skimrock. They kept themselves alive last game. Team Virtuous Pro getting their map choice and bringing us to the classic Red Zone Rampage. Should be seeing a pretty intense game here. These guys are going to be very, very, very comfortable on this map. Both sides. This is essentially the equivalent of Tournament Rift here for most tournament players in Kane's Wrath. Going to be feeling very, very comfortable on this map. Everybody's played it. They have a strategy or two up their sleeves. We'll have to see whose team play is better here in this game. ABC Engineer being pressured there a little bit by our southern team, but that we will get some repairs and be back out on the field for Skim in the top right. Meanwhile, we already have the base creep coming in strong here in the form of triple War Factory coming in from We Got the Rockets. He's looking to give up absolutely no pressure here on the left-hand side, and he's going to be trying to press forward here. More than likely going to be seeing a tier 2 coming out from Angel of Death in the very near future. Devourer tanks usually pretty strong on this map. Actually, tier 2's already done. Never mind. I mean, I'm not shocked to see it. Oh, Angel of Death losing a Warp Sphere. Skim has been on point with those APC Engineers, manages to come in and grab himself a Warp Sphere, not actually choosing to sell that one off. Maybe they're going to use it as a staging ground, get some infrastructure here to push forward. Angel of Death losing that Warp Sphere, though, puts him in a bad spot, especially in the spot that it's in. It's just going to be allowing We Got the Rockets a lot more pressure here on the left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, the okay, a Black Hand Squad coming forward. Looks like it was maybe a quick tech up to tier 3 here for Adam Lalana. Yes, it is a tier 3 tech up for Adam Lalana. Tier 3 done for Angel of Death as well, interestingly enough. And it looks like the Warp Sphere has been grabbed back by Angel of Death. Interesting move. Not quite sure how that happened, but we will be seeing the forces of We Got the Rockets getting into the backside of the base of Angel of Death, and going to be looking to take down some Harvesters. Focusing on a Harvester that's actually phased, not a smart move there. They can definitely take down another Harvester or two. That one going down. Flame tanks on the front lines as well. This is looking like it could be it for Angel of Death. He's going to pack up his MCV, maybe hope to God that his ally will be able to beat back the right-hand side. Not looking too good for him, though. I mean, the defense here from Skim is looking pretty solid. Going to be dropping down some Tiberium silos to try to block out any additional damage coming out onto that sonic emitter, but unfortunately not able to block that one too well, and now the Juggernauts are being destroyed as well. Skim not looking great here on the right-hand side of the map, but he's got some infrastructure to fall back on regardless. Flame tanks continuing to move forward. Angel of Death going to be forced completely out of this game. And that puts Adam Lalana in a situation where now he has to 1v2 again, but this time it's not an equal footing, as we do see Angel of Death not really standing up to the forces of Rockets in the same way that Adam Lalana was able to, or rather in the way that Skim was able to. GG comes in. This could be taking us to the game 5. Is that going to be it? Is Adam Lalana just going to GG out of this one and hope for a better outcome in game number 5? He does! He throws in the towel! The reverse sweep is real right now. Team Skimrock picks up their second victory in this best of 5 series after being 0-2. I thought, honestly, coming into this series, after seeing that first and second game, I thought this was it. Game number 3 comes up. That's gonna be it for these guys. We're gonna be moving into the finals, but no. Team Skimrock doing work in these last 2 games. They keep themselves alive, and not only that, they're forcing an ace match here for game number 5, and it's anybody's game in game number 5. Angel of Death and Adam Lalana are going to be feeling the pressure right now, because if they lose this game in this series, it was really their series to lose. just so devastating to morale. Angel of Death is just going to have to set that stuff aside, focus on his game, and stay alive in this upcoming game. Map choice going to be going over again to Team Virtuous Pro, and we're going to have to see how things come along here in game number 5, and that's coming up momentarily, everybody, so be sure to stick around. Hello everybody and welcome to game number 5 of our best of 5 semifinal series, and that brings us to the map Rectropolis. Spawn in the top left position as the first member of our left hand side team as Team Skimrock. As the Cyan GDI, we got the Rockets. And then his teammate just down below him as the yellow GDI, we have Skim. And sliding over to the right hand side as the first member of Team Virtuous Pro as the red GDI, we have Angel of Death. And then sliding to the top right position as the green Nod, we have Adam Lalana. So it is 2-2. It's anybody's game here in this particular game, and this is the one that decides who moves into the finals and who is eliminated. So both of these teams really feeling the pressure right now. I would say Virtuous Pro feeling it more so than Team Skimrock, just because well, I mean, it was their series to lose early on. Ooh, APC Engineer coming in. Could potentially, I can't honestly rotate the screen. Okay, wow. So we did manage, okay, I can rotate the screen. Interesting. Oh, but he does get, wait a second. Wait. Okay, so he did get the, War Factory. I was lost because I'm trying to figure out my key bindings. They're all messed up. I've got the wrong settings on, but anyways, we did see the War Factory getting sniped there by Angel of Death, sniping the War Factory of Skim. So doing a little bit of APC engineer shenanigans to somebody that's been really putting a lot of pressure on him with the APC engineers, so not terribly surprising to be seeing that early on. Meanwhile, we do still have the refinery in control here of Skim, and I keep wanting to call Skim Angel of Death. Not sure why the refinery is placed in that direction, but more than likely just trying to drop it to get the build radius. But anyways, it's not going to matter too much. There's no MCV down here, so he must have sent a surveyor down there. That's risky. Ooh, that's super risky, in fact. We do see a shadow team running through the middle of the map. Ooh, could potentially snipe an engineer here. Oh no, that's actually Adam Lalana's. That is Adam Lalana's shadow team, and Angel of Death will be grabbing himself the Tiberium silo in the middle of the map. And for those that were confused, that is 5,000 credits that it's given over to the player that captures it. So that's a pretty huge eco boon. A single Predator tank making its way around the sides of the map here for Skim. Going to be poking in and doing some damage to this Harvester. Doesn't do a lot of sustained damage though, so it will take a while for that one Predator tank to actually whittle down the armor of that Harvester. Meanwhile, Angel of Death continuing to move his MCV forward, wants to get some nice build radius on this field. Probably going to be dropping a refinery on this field in the near future. But he's feeling content with mining away on this expansion first. And it seems like Adam Lalana is maybe teching? Where's his MCV? Did he lose his MCV? Oh no! I missed it. Adam Lalana got his MCV sniped by We Got the Rockets. I have to imagine that's what happened. Yeah, there's a militant squad from a sold-off structure. I have to imagine that's what happened. Oh, that's devastating. That is so devastating at this stage in the game because he doesn't really have a method of recovering at this point. And We Got the Rockets just going to move in here for the kill shot. And he should be able to come in uncontested. And unfortunately, a Harvester actually bugging out there as well. But it's not going to matter too much. MCV more than likely being reproduced here by this War Factory. He may have enough money to get this MCV out, but the question is, will he take too much infrastructure damage in the meantime? There's really not much to actually spot out the Harvesters here. Actually, I don't think these Harvesters have been spotted, in fact. But the, actually, Rockets may be whiffing an opportunity here. He needs to focus down the infrastructure. He needs to take out the production, take down the Hand of Nod. Oh, is he going to get the MCV? Okay, no, the MCV gets unpacked. Okay, whoa, that was close. But anyways, let's see what's going on the other side of the map. We do have Angel of Death continuing to push forward here. It's looking like his $5,000 eco boon from the Tiberium silo in the middle of the map really starting to pay dividends right now. He's putting a lot of pressure here down on Skim on the bottom side of the map. But the question is, will We Got the Rockets defeat Adam Lalana on the top side of the map? That MCV is going to get focused down. It does. It gets focused down. And I think Adam Lalana is going to have to tap out. I don't think he has any opportunity to stay alive in this game. He's beaconing right now, maybe looking for assistance, but it's just too late. He's just taken too much damage. Oh, and he loses his last War Factory as well, so he's only got Hands of Nod that he can produce off of. I think, honestly, he just has to tap out and hope to God that Angel of Death can 2v1 this, but this is not looking good. Harvester doing a bit of a dance there for the Predator Tank Gods. Not quite sure what it was doing. But anyways, that battle's pretty much over. It's looking like Adam Lallana is going to be knocked out of this game. Meanwhile, Angel of Death, he's beating back Skim here. He's got a huge Predator Tank swarm just ecoing out of control at this point, and that $5,000 eco boon really showing its stuff right now as he's getting a pincer move on these Predator Tanks. He needs to start focusing down the Predator Tanks. He could actually turn and fire on that Harvester, but I think honestly his efforts are best spent on taking down the Predator Tanks of Skim, because Adam Lallana is not going to be able to recover. He does still have 2 Hands of Nod. He has a refinery as well as a harvester, but there's no eco left on this field. Oh boy, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't think Adam Lallana really gains anything by staying in this game. I think, honestly, he should just give up and give whatever that's left of his economy and his infrastructure over to Angel of Death, and maybe he can recover. Oh, man, but it's a tough situation. You don't want to tap out and leave your allies stranded on their own, because a 1v2 is tough no matter what. But Mammoth Tank's out now before we got the rockets, and that's going to be really difficult for these Predator Tanks to deal with because they just have so much armor and so much damage output in comparison to those Predator Tanks. So a very tough nut to crack there. Going to be, we got the rockets in the very near future. Obviously, he is ecoing out of control now as well. So we got the rockets looking very good in this game, as he's now got railguns done on these Mammoth Tanks as well. And I think, honestly, he can just go in for the kill shot on Angel of Death. They can trade cost ineffectively and still come out on top, because Angel of Death, he's really the only threat in this game right now. Honestly, a lone Flame Tank could just come up here and knock Adam Lallana out of the game. Whoa, did he lose his... his Hand of Nod is gone. Did he lose it, or did he sell it off? Honestly, not sure what happened to his Hand of Nod, but it is gone. Whether it was sold off or it was just straight up lost, not quite sure. Tiberium Silo should be focused down here, honestly. It's just a lot of eco retainment there coming out from Angel of Death, and it's in a position that's literally impossible to defend. So I think that would just be a smart move to actually kill that off. But yeah, Rockets is just going to push forward now. There's just no answer to this. There's just no way for Angel of Death to even hold the line against this, because Rockets has just been left to his own devices. He crushed Adam Lallana in the top side of the map, and now he's just going to push through and dismantle Angel of Death's advantage here against Skim. He was doing a nice job against Skim, but he just wasn't able to capitalize enough to knock Skim out of the game and make this a 1v1. But Rockets really doing a nice job here in this game. Definitely would call him the MVP of this particular game. However, Skim was looking very good. GG coming in from Angel of Death, and it's looking like he is going to throw in the towel. Yes, he does, but Adam Lallana is still in the game, and he's probably going to follow suit. He's probably scratching his head right now trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Such a struggle. Wait a second! He grabbed a War Factory. Oh my god, I totally missed that, but GG coming in. Team Skimrock complete the reverse sweep. That's the first reverse sweep I've seen in a long time. A very long time, and it's nice to be seeing it here today. Unfortunate there for Angel of Death and Adam Lallana, to say the least. But man, holy cow. Putting in work that game. I would have thought that Angel of Death, being up 5,000 credits from that Tiberium silo capture, that he'd be in a really good spot and be able to just kind of manhandle Skim. But Skim put on a good defense, and maybe Angel of Death was a little bit worried about pushing through. But anyways, we got the Rockets just spiraled out of control. He managed to get up to tier 3, gets out a bunch of Mammoth Tanks, and gets railguns done as well. And then it's just GG from there. Just no answer. So very solid game coming out from Team Skimrock. And just a solid series coming out from them as well. Looking really bad early on, down 0-2, and then come back to win 3 consecutive games to take themselves into the finals. So very solid play coming out from these guys. Going to be looking forward to see how they do in the finals, and that should be coming up pretty soon here. I'll have to check in on the bracket and tell you guys what happened on the other side of the bracket, because I don't think we've actually seen any of that stuff yet. So Anyways, we'll be headed into the finals momentarily, everybody. I'm going to give you guys a bracket update as well. I just need to do a couple of housekeeping things on my end, and then we'll be headed into that stuff. So I hope you guys are all having fun. This is awesome. First reverse sweep we've seen in a long time, and we're going to be headed into the finals as well. Should be a good series. Going to be looking forward to it. I hope you guys are having fun. It looks like we got about 60 people watching right now, which is awesome. Hope you guys are having fun. But anyways, we're going to be heading into that next series momentarily, so be sure to stick around. Hello everybody and welcome to game number 1 of our best of 7 finals series, and that brings us to the map Backwater Brawl. And spawning in the top right position as the cyan GDI, as the first member of Team Skimrock, we have Rockets. And then sliding over to the left hand side, his teammate as the yellow GDI, we have Skim. And then down below him, and forgive me if I've got these names wrong, but these guys are smurfing and they don't tell me who the hell they are, so I don't care if I have it wrong. Tough shit, guys. Down at the bottom left as the blue scrin, we have Cloudy, I think. And then down at the bottom right as the orange GDI, who's already lost his War Factory to an APC engineer, we have YT Chats. Oh my god! He lost his refinery as well. Devastating, devastating damage. And I realize I've got colors wrong, so we'll just change that real quick. So it's going to be Skimrock versus Team Oleg, and I honestly have no idea which of these two players is which, but I believe it is Cloudy down on the bottom left and YT Chas down on the bottom right. If you guys play Tib Wars and you know who the hell these guys are, please feel free to correct that. But okay, so APC Engineer being used in his own base, going to be grabbing YT Chas his War Factory back. I think honestly the refinery should just be sold off. Prevent that from going back into the hands of YT Chas here. You don't want to be seeing that going back over to him. Yeah, he's going to sell that up. Smart move, and he actually has a War Factory down in this base as well. Needs to sell that up before the... Oh no, he gets the kill. He got the kill on the engineer, but sold up his War Factory anyways. I think that was a bit preemptive. Maybe he was a little bit worried about it being captured. I think it's a smart move to just sell that up. He did the damage, doesn't necessarily need to keep it up. APC Engineer going to get beaten back here on the left-hand side. Skim going to be forced to cut and run, as we do see Claudio beating him back. But let's see what is going on over here. So let's take a look at the middle of the map. Actually, we do have a defensive tower grabbed by YT Chas in the top right position, and then also a tower grabbed by in the bottom left by Skim. So these teams kind of trading positions here as far as the tower captures, so kind of interesting to see that. Let's see what we have. So it looks like YT Chas is just trying to recover from that early APC Engineer shenanigan setup that we had coming out from We Got the Rockets. And Skim on the other side of things is just pushing forward. I don't think he's taking really any damage to speak of. He's got Tier 2, maybe working on Tier 3 right now. Not quite sure what the Tier 2 is being used for. Maybe an airfield, we'll have to see. We've seen Skim doing a lot of work with those early Orcas, and maybe that'll work out in this game. We'll have to see. Be a good harvester harassment opportunity. There is the airfield. It's going to be Orcas coming out. Let's see what's going on in the bottom right. It looks like a couple of Predator tanks have moved in here for We Got the Rockets. He's going to come in and look to do some damage. Needs to be focusing on something here. He's kind of spreading damage out on everything at the moment, and that's not what you want to have when we have YT Chas grabbing free repairs from that War Factory. And we do have a portal being dropped here by his ally. We do have those disintegrators. They should be able to completely destroy all of these Predator tanks. Actually, one getting run over there, unfortunately. Now the Orca is going to be flying over the top. Not quite sure why they're flying into this base. Going to be able to do a bit of damage. Oh, okay. Looking to take an opportunity to take down a Harvester that's already low HP. He's going to go ahead and cut and run. The Storm Column too low on power to actually come online and take down that Orca like it wanted to. So maybe a bit of a wasted Storm Column will at least deter the Orcas from coming back into that base. But in the meanwhile, these Orcas going to be used to take down these frontline forces here on the left-hand side of things. So Skim really doing some work here early on, but it's going to get beaten back now by the Tier 3 transition here coming out from Claudio down on the bottom left. And let's see what's going on the right-hand side. Predator tanks just going to be gathered up, waiting here for We Got the Rockets. Not sure what he wants to do. He should definitely be pressuring here down on the bottom right. He's got the advantage, should definitely be capitalizing on this. He's got a huge army. Not quite sure why he's so worried about engaging. I mean, he can take losses at this stage in the game. This is really the trading situation that you want to be looking for. But it's not going to be able to be capitalized on. Orca's still flying around here for Skim. Going to be looking to go Harvester hunting. Should be able to get themselves a Harvester kill, no problem there. No, they actually transition and start firing on a different Harvester. They will manage to take that one down, put another Harvester pretty low on HP. Now that tower is actually starting to get some shots off. Looks like it's taken a bit of damage. Maybe it was from the Devastator warships, but no, the Devastator warships are actually focusing down the Predator tanks that have managed to sneak their way into this base as well. The Defensive tower going to promptly go down there to the Devastator warships. We do have something coming in. It looks like Bloodhound's being called in here by Skim. So Skim really doing a lot of work here on the left-hand side. Meanwhile, Rocket's not doing anything. Rocket's, this is really a missed opportunity. I mean, yes, there was a lot of infantry, but you could just press forward. I mean, it would put YT Chas in such a bad spot that he wouldn't be able to continue on in this game. Keep him from harvesting off of this this field, except it looks like he's done that himself by mismicroing that harvester. A little bit unfortunate. He's going to push forward now, but he's just streaming units forward. And again, not a smart move. He needs to be coming in from this side and just create a wall and then push forward. But it doesn't seem like he wants to do that. Instead, he's going to take a very messy path around that garrison, take a lot of damage. Very, very unfortunate pathing mistake there. But he's gonna go ahead and cut and run. Ooh, Bloodhound actually kind of stuck there by the looks of it. Unfortunately, not able to be dropped. That's kind of a missed opportunity there for Skim. He could get a veteran Pitbull down on the ground to actually be helping him out, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be what it wants to do right now. Annihilator Tripod being beaten back here by a small skirmish force here out from Skim, and actually the AA battery will manage to take down a Devastator warship, so nice move there from Skim to take that down. Now we see YT Chas pushing forward. He's going to put the pressure on, realizing that We Got the Rockets is a bit hesitant here, doesn't want to engage into this force. It's going to be a double Juggernaut coming out on the front lines. Those Juggernauts need to start firing straight away. They need to stop moving and just start firing. Oh no. Sonic Emitter comes down, so Tier 3 is obviously done, as we did see the Juggernauts come out. Sonic Emitter, though, I mean, it's going to do work against the infantry, but it will eventually go down. The question is, will those Juggernauts be able to mass up into a large enough force? Ooh, Assimilator actually getting picked off there. Nice move. So Skim really, really doing a nice job here on the left-hand side. Cloudy is being beaten pretty hard here on the left-hand side. Okay, so I'm being told that orange is YT Chas. Yeah, that's what I was told. Okay, all right. I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't give a shit who these guys are, to be honest. It frustrates me to no end that these guys won't just tell me who they are. But whatever, maybe that's what they want. So I won't give them the satisfaction. But anyways, it looks like Team Oleg is gonna toss in the towel, and that's going to be it. Team Skimrock looking very solid here in game number 1. They'll pick up a victory, and putting them up 1-0 in his best-of-7 series. Not much more to be said. I mean, Skim just kind of manhandled the left-hand side of the map, and Rockets, he put a lot of early pressure on, but it seemed like he was hesitant on the right-hand side, maybe just giving a bit of respect there to the orange player, which I believe to be YT Chas. Again, guys, you can Shatterbrick them for yourself. I don't know who the hell these guys are. I'm assuming that the orange player is YT Chas and that the blue was, in fact, Cloudy, but again, I don't know these guys very well. And when they're refusing to be honest about who they are, then whatever. I mean, I'm not going to worry about it if I got it wrong. That's your own damn fault. So anyways, that's going to be it for game number 1. Team Skimrock looking good so far. Going to be up 1-0 in this best-of-7 series. And that's going to be taking us into game number 2, everybody, so be sure to stick around. Hello everybody and welcome to game number 2 of our best of 7 final series, and that brings us to the map Downtown Dust Bowl. Spawning on the far left side as the first member of Team Skimrock as the yellow GDI, we have Skim. And moving down to the bottom side of the map as the cyan GDI, we have Rockets. And then up into the top right position as the red GDI, we have YT Chas. And then his teammate just above him as the purple GDI, we have Cloudy. And again, I have no idea if I have these guys' names right, guys. Again, I'm not going to sit here and argue with people about who they are. If you don't want to tell me, I'm going to shatterbrick you, and whatever the most common name that comes up that looks familiar, I'm going to use it. So that's what we're running with. If it's wrong, it's their damn fault. So we won't worry about it. Pitbull's getting picked off here. Early APC engineers getting picked off all around the map. All of these guys went GDI, and again, not terribly shocking because their early game pressure with the APC engineers is just so powerful. APC engineer being dropped here on the right-hand side. MCV gets sniped. YT Chas has lost his MCV, and he does still have a War Factory, so he can potentially keep himself alive in this game, but he's going to be forced to sell it. He's going to be forced to sell it. He has it. There's an APC engineer. The APC engineer needs to go in and grab the War Factory, and that's it. Red player is gone. Wait a second. War Factory has been captured down on the bottom side of the map by YT Chas. So the question is, will the MCV be able to survive long enough? Okay, so this War Factory has been captured here by Rockets, so he's managed to completely knock out the top side of the map. There is still an APC kicking around, but this is just a fake out. There's no engineers in these APCs. There's no engineers in the APCs. So it's a total fake out. This War Factory and Refinery are all that's left here of YT Chas, and the question is, will he survive? Oh, he could just drop a barracks here and get out an engineer and grab the War Factory away, or grab the Refinery away, and that's pretty much GG. There's still 2 refineries, so it's 3 Whoa, wait a second. It's 3 refineries for YT Chas to 0 refineries for Rockets. Oh no. Oh no! Okay, so he sells up that War Factory. That's an interesting choice. He needs the cash. He's desperate for the cash. This better be a barracks. No, it's a refinery! Okay. No, that's an awful choice. Why would you build a refinery? He's got to sell up some power plants, man. Okay, so he's going to get out a barracks, but the harvester's just going to come in here and immediately crush the engineers. This is too late. It's too late! The MCV comes out now. Rocket's missing an opportunity. Really missing an opportunity here. Oh. He could have just sold up this entire base and then just rebuilt his MCV up here. But I don't know. It's a tough spot. I mean, the APC engineers are crazy. It's such a difficult thing to deal with. Oh, boy. Yeah, Rockets has been defeated. He's going to toss over everything he's got over to Skim, and now it's going to be up to Skim to 2v1. Or rather, 1v2 in this game. And that's going to be a tough spot to be in. He looks like he managed to grab away a refinery here from Cloudy, or whoever it is that's purple. I'm not quite sure exactly what the name is, but we're going to call him Cloudy. But yeah, Skim, he's still alive in this game, and he's actually looking not too shabby. He doesn't have much of a standing army to speak of. He's got a decent number of Predator tanks, but he's now going to have to 1v2, and that's the tough spot to be in. This harvester being called off the line to try to deal with this barracks, not really what you want to see. Honestly, the barracks could just be destroyed straight up. There's a couple of APC engineers that are going to try to run through the left-hand side of the map, put some pressure on Skim, and they're just going to bypass this barracks completely. That one harvester's got that barracks on lockdown. Meanwhile, there's an airfield now for Skim. Skim really likes these airfields, so we'll have to see if maybe he can make these really work out. He's going to need them to do some serious work because he's got 2 armies to fight against here in the near future. A couple of APC engineers, they were moving in, but now they're going to kite back. Not sure what they were spooked off by. Maybe a couple of Predator tanks were enough to force them to fall back, but it looks like the barracks has been sold off now. APC engineer moving in. It looks like the engineer is not going to get the capture on that MCV, but a couple of engineers actually getting killed off there. Almost managing to get themselves a refinery and an MCV, but Skim not able to pick those up. Meanwhile, Skim, he's got a decent number of Predator tanks, but doesn't seem to be able to really do too much because there's infantry here coming in from the top side of the map. This bottom base is going to be too hard to crush. He's trying to do some damage to the economy infrastructure here with the Orcas, which is a really nice strategy. I like this a lot. I like the Orca harassment, the early Orca play coming out from Skim, and he's doing a nice job of managing that with his ground forces. But Harvester coming out front and maybe just trying to draw some fire. Not quite sure what is going on there. But the Predator tanks here from Skim looking like they're going to come out on top in this fight. But they do need to contest with a decent number of rocket squads that are sitting further behind. Luckily, the rocket squads are actually dealing with the Harvesters. Harvesters could actually be used to crush these rocket squads. Oh, this is really good here for Skim. He unfortunately misses the majority of those rocket squads, but he forced them to just run away for a minute, which was not too bad. Meanwhile, we have some Predator tanks and some infantry moving in from YT Chast down on the bottom side of the map, and he's putting pressure down here, manages to take down the airfield, and that's going to be a really nice pickup because it's just going to be denying the Orcas an opportunity to land here. And the Tier 2 is low power. Looks like the MCV has been sniped by Cloudiu, or rather by YT Chast. I think they're the same person, to be honest. I keep saying them as separate people, but I think they're the same person. Anyways, it's looking like that's going to be it for this game. I don't quite know how Rocks, or I keep wanting to call him Rocks, but it is Skim. I don't know how Skim is really going to come out on top in this game. He's got armies pushing from both sides of his base and not really able to mount a defense on either side. So I think, honestly, right now is probably just the best opportunity to just tap out and just let the series be evened up. Yeah, smart move. He's going to throw in the towel, and that's going to be evening up this series 1-1. So, interesting game. I thought Rockets actually had the advantage on the right-hand side of the map, but unfortunately him losing his losing both of his refineries and then, or rather losing his only refinery and not actually taking back his war factory put him in a really, really bad spot, and he just wasn't able to recover. So, I don't know. I think there was some missed opportunities there from Rockets. He could have definitely won that engagement, but it just looked like under the gun, it looked like YT Chast was looking a little bit better in that fight. But again, won't worry about it too much. So that's going to be it for game number 2. Team Oleg evens up the score 1-1. So we're going to be headed into game number 3 momentarily, everybody. So be sure to stick around. Hello everybody and welcome to game number 3 of this best of 7 final series, and that brings us to the map Rectropolis. And spawning in the upper left position as the cyan nod, we have Rockets. And his teammate over to the right hand side as the yellow GDI, we have Skim. And that's going to be making up the team of Team Skimrock, and then sliding down to the bottom right corner as the first member of Team Real Oleg, or Team Oleg, I'm not sure what their name is this time around. As the blue GDI, we have Big Mool. So I think Big Mool is who I've been calling Cloudy in the last couple games. I think that's honestly true. And then down in the bottom left as his ally, as the purple GDI, we have YT Chas. So YT Chas is under pressure here. I will just fix the scoreboard. Let's see. Let's do this, and let's do this. Yeah, there we go. I think that makes a little bit more sense. So Shadow Team's out from Rockets by the looks of it. He's going to be trying to take down some more structures as they're built. He's got 5 Shadow Teams by the looks of it. I think that's honestly the number that are there. So 5 Shadow Teams on the left-hand side, and meanwhile we have an APC engineer moving in from I believe this is Big Mool, and unfortunately gets sniped down there by some Rocket Squads and some Pit Bulls. So nice move there. Needs to deal with this APC that's actually got the MCV packed up, but there's no engineer inside of it, so it is a bit of a fake out. He could just unpack that MCV. He doesn't need to worry about the doesn't need to be worried about that one. Oh no, he does need to be worried about it. Holy crap, there's an APC engineer capture of this refinery, as well as dropping down a barracks. A very unfortunate situation here in the top right position, as Skim loses his refinery and has actually got a watchtower in his base now too. So very annoying. APC engineers all over the place. It looks like an APC engineer came in and managed to grab away a power plant. Not really devastating, but maybe just trying to deal with the watchtower defense here coming out from YT Chas down in the bottom left. And Shadow Team's continuing to move in. Looks like they should be able to get themselves another war factory. Just going to be not denying that coming out from YT Chas. He did lose, I think, one of the I think he lost at least one of the Shadow Teams. So he will not be able to bomb a war factory in one shot anymore. At least I don't believe so. Not without some assistance. And power plant's being pressured now, but he still definitely has some pressure here, without a doubt. And being forced to drop a crane, and actually that crane is a pretty prime target here for a snipe coming in from those Shadow Teams. So not maybe the best choice, but he needs to get something to get his production back online. Oh man, this refinery is just such a pain, and with the continual watchtower drops, it's so difficult to just get that out of their hands. He doesn't want to kill it off because he wants to put an engineer inside of it and take it back, but it's just so difficult to deal with. Crane did get focused down there, and it's looking very, very bad here for YT Chas down on the bottom left. He's been stacking cash though, so if he's given some time, he should be able to recover. And actually, the 2 remaining Shadow Teams do grab the bunker, so they're going to be feeling pretty good about that. Power is low though. A couple of watchtowers could potentially be sold off. I'm not quite sure if they're really going to be too useful at this stage in the game. 2 of those Shadow Teams though couldn't actually bomb a power plant, I believe, in one shot. They certainly can in Kane's Wrath, but I'm not sure Tib Wars if the damage is any different. But refinery now getting focused down by Skim. He doesn't want to allow that to stay in the hands of Big Mool down in the bottom right, but it looks like Skim... Whoa, Skim! Did he... I think Skim managed to grab the MCV at the expansion here. He did. He grabbed the MCV at the expansion of Big Mool while all of this is going on, and he's cut him off from his refinery, or from his ability to refine any additional resources. This is looking real good for Team Skimrock right now. They've put a lot of early pressure on. And despite the kind of trolley capture up in the top right, holy crap, this watchtower is still alive. GG comes in from Team Real Oleg, and that's going to be it. They realize they've just lost way too much early on in that game, and they're going to throw in the towel. So a very messy game there for game number 3, but going to be putting Team Skimrock up 2-1 against Team Real Oleg, or Team Oleg, not sure what their team name was again. But yeah, so I would say pretty solid play coming out from Skim. Again, very solid play coming out from Rockets, as he put a lot of pressure on the left-hand side of the map with the Shadow Team rush, and there's just no answer to it. And he was trying to get his build queues back up and running, but the crane is just so vulnerable to Shadow Teams that it was focused down very quickly. So Solid play coming out from Skimrock. Not really too much to criticize them about. I mean, obviously he could have avoided losing his refinery to the APC engineer capture, but all in all, I think grabbing your entire opponent's expansion is not a terrible pickup on the other side of things. So that's going to be it for game number 3, and that's going to be taking us into game number 4 momentarily, everybody, so be sure to stick around. Hello everybody and welcome to game number 4 of our best of 7 final series, and that brings us to the map Red Zone Rampage. And spawning in the upper left position as the first member of Team Skimrock as the yellow GDI, we have Skim. And his teammate over to the top right corner as the cyan Nod, we got the Rockets. And then sliding down to the bottom right corner as the first member of Team Oleg as the green Scrin, we have YT Chas. And his ally down in the bottom left corner as the orange GDI, we have Big Mool. So we'll be Team Skimrock up 2-1 in this best of 7 series. And let me just fix the colors real quick because these ones don't make a whole lot of sense. There we go. It's a little bit better. Actually, you know what? We're going to do this. That's better. All right. So Team Skimrock, top side of the map, and Team Oleg down on the bottom side. Team Oleg, they definitely want to pick up a win here, otherwise they will be at match point for next game, and they had map choice this time around, chose to go with red zone, so they must have something up their sleeve. And it's only a single screen player. I would have thought maybe double screen play. It could have been pretty devastating, but they will manage to get themselves a harvester kill here up in the base of Rockets. And he's going to be forced to pull both of his harvesters off the line right now to get away from the Seeker tanks and the one lightning spike. So, oh, is he going to lose 2 harvesters? Oh my god, he's lost 2 harvesters. We did see an APC engineer come in from Big Mole as well, and that managed to grab something away. I'm not quite sure what it was. Not quite sure what that was, to be totally honest. But he did have to pack up his MCB in order to keep that from being grabbed. So a lot of pressure being put on Rockets here on the top side of the map. The question is, will Skim be able to capitalize on this by getting some free opportunity? He's already tacked up to tier 3. Holy cow, that was a fast tier 3. I don't know how long we're into the game, but that is a very fast tier 3. And we have an airfield coming down from Big Mole down on the bottom left. And what do we have coming out from YT Chaz down on the bottom right? Not too much. He's got tier 3 now as well, so tier 3 done for him. Again, red zone, not terribly shocking to see tier 3 so early. But it is definitely early to say the least. Harvester going to be getting picked off there. The question is, will any orcas go down? I think that one orca is going to go, no, very close to going down, but will survive. That Predator tank, though, not going to fare quite as well. That one will be going down there for Big Mole, so Skim might be able to beat that back a little bit. Loses 1 harvester, but not too much to be too worried about. But the base creep is coming in now on the right-hand side, and with the assistance of these very powerful storm columns on the right-hand side of the map, it will be YT Chaz pushing hard, as he does have tech advantage over Rockets. And the question is, will Skim come to his aid, or is he going to just try to pressure the left-hand side of the map really hard right now? Because right now the game could be decided. If Rockets gets completely annihilated here on the right-hand side in this next couple of minutes, it could be a very, very tough uphill battle here for Skim on the other side of things. Does need to be careful. He does need to actually defend this side of the map, but he's losing Juggernauts now to the Orca harassment. Interestingly enough, Big Mole going for Orcas. Skim, I think this is the first game where he didn't go kind of early Orca airfield, which is very interesting to say the least, but it's looking very, very rough here on the right-hand side, as we do see Stasis Chamber creep coming out from YT Chaz. He's getting a lot of extra building radius, and it looks like the MCV was captured and forced to be sold off. Not quite sure who that was by. I think it was actually by YT Chaz, so very interesting to say the least. Storm Column coming down on the front lines, and this is looking like it's going to be probably it here for We Got the Rockets. He doesn't have any infrastructure left except for, or rather any production left aside from that one war factory and Hand of Nod. The Hand of Nod goes down to the shock troopers with both upgrades, I believe. No, only the plasma disc launchers, and the last war factory does go down. So promptly we see Rockets GG out of this game, and the question is, will Skim be enough to 1v2 in this situation? He just lost 2 Juggernauts though, and that's a huge wall of Juggernauts. He's going to toss in the towel as well. It is red zone, very tough map to try to 1v2 on, and he's not going to continue on in this game. So that's going to be evening up our score, 2-2. And Team Real Oleg keep themselves alive, keep themselves away from match point, which is good. And that's going to be taking us into game number 5 momentarily, everybody, so be sure to stick around. Hello everybody and welcome to game number 5 of our best of 7 final series, and that brings us to the map Coastline Chaos, as I had a little bit of a brain fart there and forgot what map we were on. And then spawning in the upper left corner as the first member of Team Oleg as the blue Nod, we have YT Chas. And then down in the bottom left corner as the orange GDI, we have Big Mool. Again, I don't know if I've got those names right, guys, but again, I don't really care. It's it's a long story. These guys frustrate me to no end with the Smurfs, so I don't really care anymore. Down at the bottom right corner as the first member of Team Skimrock, as the yellows, I almost call him Scrin, as the yellow GDI, we have Skim. And spawning in the top right corner as the final member of Team Skimrock, as the cyan Nod, we got the Rockets. And I've got my scoreboard backwards because I'm too busy screwing around with names. Yeah, these guys are putting me on tilt. The whole name shenanigan BS really frustrates me, and this is not going to happen in the next tournament cast. I assure you guys of that. These guys will not be allowed to play with these Smurfs. You have my word on that. Otherwise, I will not be here because I'm not doing this again. This is the second time I've done this, and it is frustrating as all hell. Oh, actually, was that a surveyor? I think that was a surveyor that went down. I think that was actually a surveyor that went down. Very unfortunate. But anyways, something went down there. And we do see some early APCs, or rather early pit bulls and early bikes coming out. And it's looking like Rocket's actually getting a favorable trade there. He should be able to take out another bike there. Actually, he should be able to poke a bit of damage onto this construction yard. Construction yard coming very, very far forward here for who I believe to be YT Chas. And down on the bottom left, we have Big Mool just grabbing a couple of refineries here, just going to be looking to eco up. Lots and lots of harvesters. Ooh, kind of a surprising amount of harvesters. So does he have double? No, okay. I thought for a second that this was the MCV, but that's actually a war factory. This is the MCV. So yeah, harvesters not terribly shocking on this map. You want to get out lots and lots of eco, as you can get a ton of eco on that middle field. And it's looking like these guys want to try to prevent the map from being split kind of through the middle here and more cut it off right at the center point by bringing this MCV forward here from YT Chas. The only problem is it makes that MCV a little bit more vulnerable, and with Big Mool really expanding down to the bottom side, he's going to be getting quite a bit of eco down there. I feel a draft coming in through my window. That's a little bit odd. But anyways, we'll be seeing the MCV move from Rockets. He's going to come forward and get a refinery up and running. He's a little bit behind here, as we do see. We saw the expansion come out from Big Mool a lot earlier, but Skim going back for those patented orcas. Going to be doing some harvester harassment. Manages to take out at least one harvester, probably two. Sniper team comes out, not sure where they're headed, but they're going to be coming out. Ooh, Rocket Squad almost gets picked off there. That just very opportune orca strike coming in. Meanwhile, we do have, whoa, what is this? Okay, so some kind of support power being called in. It looks like it was probably the infantry support power. Yes, we've got some veteran infantry mixed in there. So veteran infantry being called in there by Big Mool. He's looking to put some pressure here on the middle of the map. They're going to try to fight over these center structures, and that's more than likely why that sniper team was out. Just going to be trying to pick off any infantry that's trying to screw around in the middle of the map here, as they should be able to feel pretty comfortable sitting on the back lines. Meanwhile, we do see Skim going to be joining the battle here from pretty far away, as APC is going to be trying to get in here and pick off some of this infantry. Raider Buggy is going to be holding the line there, along with some watchtowers being dropped by Skim. So Team Skimrock feeling pretty comfortable about holding the line here up in the top right, and they do need to pressure. YT Chas off of this field. It's looking like they are managing to kill off all of the harvesters. They should be able to win this fight here if we don't see Big Mool coming to the assistance here of his ally. We'll have to see. Let's see. The War Factory could be getting pressured down now, but they can just continue to trade out. Yeah, the War Factory is going to get focused down now. Smart move, just going to be eliminating any repairs as well as any additional units being pumped out on the front lines. Reducing the amount of reinforcements there would be a good idea, but oh wow, that is a lot of rocket squads. I did not see all these guys. There's a huge number of rocket squads mixed in right there. Very interesting to see them. But they were picking off orcas left and right. Where did all those orcas go? Alright, so there's only 2 Orcas left over, and it looks like a couple of V-35s being called in, maybe a couple of engineers. So we've seen Skim put this to good work lately, and more than likely he's going to send an engineer up here and grab away one of these refineries, and maybe look to do the same thing down on the bottom side of the map. That would probably be a smart move. Honestly, it wouldn't be an awful idea. No, he's already grabbed the Tiberium spike away down on the bottom side of the map. So 2 spike advantage over to Team Skimrock, so they're going to be feeling pretty good about that. Meanwhile, it's looking like Rockets has managed to beat back this force here in the center of the map, as he's going to continue to push away the attempted expansion here coming out from YT Chas on the top side of the map. But now we have a Sonic Emitter coming down from Big Mool. What is he going to be able to do here? Are they going to be able to hold the line? That War Factory needs to be focused down. That's really the build radius out at that point, as I think the build radius only extends out to about here for the MCV. My memory is a bit foggy there, but it looks like 4 Orcas back out now for Skim. He's going to be back up to full strength on those Orcas. Going to try to pick off some of these Scorpion tanks and thin the numbers a bit, but he needs to cut and run right now before he takes too much damage. They're stacked up so heavily. 4 Orcas being stacked up like that, not good. He should have definitely done a scatter move at least, just to prevent all those Orcas from going down. Beacon comes down. He does manage to get a bomb off on the tech center of, I believe that was, who was that? That was the tech center of Skim. So interesting spot for that tech center to go down. He could have definitely put that down over here somewhere. Maybe he's worried about stealth tanks. We did see stealth tanks being used against him pretty well on this map earlier today. I think that was one of the first few games that we saw earlier today, but oh, geez, yeah, what else do we have going on? Scorpion Tank Army here coming out from Rockets, and it looks like he's going to try to mix in some Flame Tanks. He's been doing this with pretty good success here today, but it looks like the Tier 3 Army here, as well as base defenses coming out from both members of Team Oleg, going to be enough to force him to reconsider moving into that base. Orcas still continuing to pick off units here and there. Doesn't look like they actually had a target for that particular fight, but they are going to fall back to base, more than likely to get repairs and get rearmed. That airfield should actually be built somewhere up around here, so that way they can get those guys back out on the field a lot quicker. Oh, Tib Catalyst Missile coming in, going to drop down 2 refineries there from Skim, and that's pretty much all of his ability to harvest on this field. And it's looking like now Team Oleg putting in work together on the left-hand side, going to be pressuring this expansion and really trying to cut Rockets off at the knees here at this expansion. They got the tech advantage. They're going to try to win out against the superior numbers of Scorpion tanks. And unfortunate pathing there from that Juggernaut, going to take quite a bit of damage and does go down. Should just focus that down. Doesn't want to allow that to go back into the hands of Team Oleg. Honestly, I would be even willing to sacrifice a Scorpion tank to kill that off. I think that would just be a smart move. But the war of attrition is not working out well here for Team Skimrock on the right-hand side of things. But meanwhile, we have harvesters stacking up at this refinery. It looks like a bit of a bug out here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. 5 harvesters being kind of held up there. Oh, is he going to realize this soon? That's a lot of harvesting time being wasted. And it's really, I think, his only refinery. Yeah, it's his only refinery. So YT Chas needs to get this fixed, and he needs to get it fixed now. Orcas, or rather Firehawks out on the field. 4 Firehawks still flying around. Looks like it has been beaconed though, so they're going to take care of that now. Still bugged out though. Needs to send just 1 harvester back. Oh man, this is really unfortunate. Firehawks out on the move. We'll have to check in and see where they're going to hit, but the Avatars and Juggernauts are really putting the pressure on the top side here, as we do see the Avatars just continuing to push forward. Looks like the Juggernaut's being grabbed back here by YT Chas as he pushes forward. Big Mool in the meantime, he still hasn't dealt with these harvesters. Big Mool, this is a huge mistake, man. I mean, I realize it's a game mistake, but these guys are familiar enough with the game that they need to fix this. There we go. He's starting to fix it now. Oh, very, very late, though. Where did those Firehawks go? It looks like the airfield is gone. Tier 2 is gone. More than likely being destroyed, maybe being sold off. 3 engineers running through the middle of the map. That's a scary proposition right there. We'll be able to get into a couple of APCs, more than likely what they were trying to go for. Oh, no, they're going to bypass the APCs. Not sure where these engineers are headed. That's 1,500 credits right there that's just walking to their death pretty soon. Very interesting. Not sure where these engineers are going. I think right now he's realizing that he made a mistake. No, 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 we gotta cut and run. This is not the way we want to go. Okay, APCs are coming back. That's just kind of funny. I just noticed that out of the corner of my eye. And anyways, Firehawks look like they're returning from a bombing run. Not quite sure what they hit, but it's not going to matter too much. This entire base is being annihilated by the Tier 3 forces here from Team Oleg. They're just going to continue to press forward. Avatar is tanking the front lines while the Juggernauts sit on the back lines. GG comes in from Skim. That's going to be it. He taps out, and it's going to be it for Rockets as well. He's going to sell up out of this game. And that's going to be it. Team Real Oleg goes up 3-2 in this best-of-7 series. So just solid pressure coming out from Team Oleg. I mean, Rockets and Skim really needed to work together in that game, and they just didn't seem to have their plans synced up. Nice Orcas coming out from Skim. I'll commend him on that effort all day long, but he just wasn't able to trade cost-effectively enough in a 1v1 situation, and unfortunately allowed Rockets to get pressured off of that field, and when he really needed to commit more to defending his ally in that situation. So a bit unfortunate, but that's going to be it for that game. Game number 5 has been... Wow, I can't speak. Game number 5 has been concluded. We have Team Oleg up 3-2. It is match point for Team Oleg here coming up in game number 6, and we'll have to see if Skimrock can keep the dream alive and take it to an ace match by winning game number 6. And that's coming up momentarily, everybody, so be sure to stick around. Hello everybody and welcome to game number 6 of our best of 7 final series, and that brings us to the map Battle for Middle Egypt. Spawn in the upper left hand corner as the first member of Team Oleg. As the blue screen, we have Big Mool. And down in the bottom left as the green GDI, or I'm sorry, green nod, we have YT Chas. And then sliding over to the right hand side as the first member of Team Skimrock as the cyan nod, we got the Rockets, who's already gone for a fast expand with a crane, and then sliding up into the top right position, rounding out Team Skimrock as the yellow GDI, we have Skim. Pop that up on the board. It is match point here for Team Oleg. They want to take a game here and just secure the finals victory. We'll have to see if Skimrock can maybe start the reverse comeback now that we saw them do this earlier on, where it was a reverse all sweep in our semifinal series prior to this set of games here. But we'll have to see if they can make that happen here. They only need to pick up 2 games in order to secure themselves a victory in this tournament, whereas Team Oleg only needs to win 1 more game. So we'll have to see who comes out on top. It is a very intense series. Both teams looking pretty strong regardless. We'll have to see if any early game shenanigans can knock somebody out early on. I don't think we'll be seeing that too much in this game. I think everybody's going to be looking to play a little bit more conservatively, especially on a map like this, where you can get to the middle of the map and kind of eco up. And then we'll likely see some APC engineers moving around the map, but actually not a whole lot of GDI play on this particular map. I think only one GDI player in this entire game right now, and that's actually Skim. Unfortunate refinery placement there, but placing refineries and structures down in this area is very difficult to deal with. I will admit that. But I think this one could have been placed facing the other direction. I think that to be the case, but I won't worry about it too much. Drone platform dropping down right there. Looks like it is just an APC with a rifleman squad inside of it, so not too much to be worried about. Maybe trying to draw some fire here. The rifleman squad will de-garrison. And Bike's going to cut and run from that fight. They don't want to go up against a Predator tank, and that's a smart move. Predator tanks are pretty strong against Bikes. Anyways, it's just pretty much standard eco here. Tier 2 is done for Skim. Will we see an airfield? We've been seeing a lot of that. There's another barracks down, but it will be spotted here by a couple of seeker tanks that are going to roll into this base here from Big Mool. And we do have a lightning spike coming down as well. Could have waited and put that lightning spike down over here somewhere and really had better range on both of these refineries. But regardless, one harvester going to be taking a lot of damage here, and it's going to be forced to be pulled off the line. There's no war factory for repairs. So he's going to have to cut and run with that harvester, and that's just going to be a difficult situation to deal with. Airfield does come down for Skim. We've seen him doing this all day long with varied levels of success, but I like it all the same. Rockets, in the meantime, he's sending Scorpion tanks to the middle of the map. It looks like he's got a decent number as well. And the thing with Rockets that I've been noticing is that he's been going very, very heavy on these Tier 1 armies and hasn't really been investing too much in getting up to Tier 3. And that's really where he gets defeated. He gets this early advantage with the Tier 1 army, but I think he just spends a little bit too much money and time investing in building that stuff. And Tier 2 is done now. Done now for YT Chas. He sells up his war factory back at home. And actually one Bike, it looks like it managed to take down something. I'm not sure if it was a harvester or what have you, but a couple of rocket squads out, going to be able to deal with that. Meanwhile, what do we have going out on the other side? Oh, actually, Devastator warship getting focused down there. It looks like Pitbulls are going to chase them down. They do manage to take down one, and actually these Devastator warships taking a lot of damage from these Pitbulls. I didn't think they took that much damage, but I guess they do. Anyways, Garrison just going to be taking a little bit of poke there from a watchtower, which is just going to try to focus it down. APC with no Garrison right now, just going to be taking a bit of poke. But the Devastator warships with no real contesting coming out from Skimrock, or rather Skim, going to be able to take down a refinery for no return damage. Pitbull's waiting. They could definitely have taken out one of these Devastator warships. They should just go in and kill off that one Devastator warship, eliminate that as a threat. And he's not going to do that. He's going to chase it, but I think that's a bad move now. No, he should be able to kill it. One last volley. It's going to be enough. He does manage to take that down. Meanwhile, we have the Tier 1 fight going on between YT Chas and Rockets here down on the bottom side of the map. YT Chas only massing up a small skirmish force here. He does have Tier 3, and the question is, does Rockets? He's got Tier 2, but no Tier 3 to speak of, at least not that I can see. No Tier 3, and this is the problem. This is the problem that I've been seeing with Rockets. He invests a tremendous amount of money in these Scorpion tanks and then gets out-tacked. And then these obelisks and avatars just absolutely crap all over the Scorpion tanks and just make them pretty much useless. So we did see the Tier 2 come down. Oh, Tib Catalyst Missile. Interesting placement. Drops it on the buildings, but takes out the refinery over here and a refinery over here. So drops down all of the refineries here. Oh, and a follow-up. No, that was not a vapor bomb. Okay. A bit of mind game coming out there from YT Chas, trying to make him think that that was a vapor bomb, but it was Seed Tiberium. Maybe it was a misclick, but I have to imagine that that was intentional. Avatar is just going to be sitting on the back lines, absolutely smashing this base. And it looks like Skim's going to join his ally here, going to smash down the avatars with the orcas. Smart move there, going to be allowing those Scorpion tanks to really be put to good use, whereas before they weren't able to do too much. Pitbull's going to be chasing down the Devastator warship's going to try to take down another one. They should be able to take that one down. I think if they chase it down, they should be able to clean it up. Losing a Pitbull or two at this point in the game is not too bad. So he does manage to clean up all of the Devastator warships. I like that a lot. allowing Rockets an opportunity over here on the left-hand side to actually put some pressure here on YT Chas. And this is the thing with these large Scorpion tank armies. They're great if you can manage to eliminate all the other forces, but the question is, will he be able to do that? Skim all over the place with these Orcas. I really like this Orca play coming out from him. He's going to manage to take out a couple more of these Harvesters that are unstealthed, and he does manage to take them all down, -1. So returning the eco damage that we saw come out to Rockets in the form of the Tiberium Catalyst missile, but didn't actually have to invest in any support powers to do so. So very nice moves there coming out from Team Skimrock. I like this play coming out from them right now. However, they do need to be careful. They're expending a lot of forces right now, and if they take too much damage, they won't be able to recover, and they need Rockets to really get up and running here back with his refineries on these fields. Now the Avatars are going to push forward with the assistance of a couple of militant squads coming forward from YT Chas, but the Orcas are just going to have a field day with these Avatars. Absolutely no contest here, as there's no anti-air to speak of. You can see bikes or buggies or something out to try to deal with these guys, or maybe some stealth tanks to get around and find the airfield and then just camp that airfield. That would not be a bad idea either, but it looks like Big Mole is really heavily invested into going for these Devastator warships. More Devastator warships out on the front lines. Going to be pushing back Skim off of this base, so the war of attrition definitely going in favor of Team Oleg, and Skim, despite his really best efforts, is being beaten back off any potential income here. Not quite sure what he could really do to get back and around in this game. He's tried to buy some time here for Rockets to get himself alive. Mistake made with that refinery placement. Maybe he didn't have enough build radius to get another refinery up here. He was just worried about the Avatars coming in and crushing Harvesters, but whew, yeah, Rockets needs to do something here, and putting both of those refineries so close together, he's just opening himself up for another Tiberium Catalyst missile once it's off of cooldown, assuming that YT Chas rebuilds it. But Devastator Warship getting some passive repairs from the Storm Column field, as they do heal up in that Ion Storm that the Storm Column creates. Orca's still flying around here for Skim. Let's take a look and see. Can't I do this? Here we go. Does he have any veterancy on these Orcas? He has an elite Orca, so that's pretty nice to see. I did lose one to the Storm Column, unfortunately. He's going to come in here and try to snipe down another Avatar. Should be able to get a kill on that Avatar without too much trouble. He's trying to fall back to the protection here of the Storm Column. The Orca goes heroic, though. Very nice move there, and a heroic Orca is definitely going to be a scary thing to deal with. And that could potentially be going around and just cleaning up infrastructure on the backside of things. Otherwise, it will just be smashing Avatars from now on. The Orcas are really the threat that needs to be dealt with here for Team Oleg, and I think once they do that, they're going to be able to eliminate Skimrock from the game and potentially the event. But very nice Storm, or not Storm Column, but Sonic Emitter placement there coming out from Skim, as he's going to be able to clean up the base creep coming out from Big Mole, and then also put some serious damage on that Storm Column, force the repairs. Forcing out a lot of anti-air here from Team Oleg. I like this Orca play a lot. I'm going to keep saying it, as I really do like it. Still no anti-air answer coming out from YT Chas. He just doesn't seem to be respecting the Orcas. And they're going to get the scam down. Oh! Okay, the heroic Orca did get pulled off the line. I did see one Orca get vaporized by the Storm Column. That heroic Orca was pulled back, as it probably unloaded all of its bombs much quicker than the rest of the Orcas. As you do see, they get a huge increase in the fire rate. Tier 3 is in a pretty precarious position here. Could definitely see a sneaky engineer being brought in by Skim, but we'll have to see if he capitalizes on that. I don't Shredder turret's coming down, going to be able to beat back the rockets coming out from Rockets, interestingly enough. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Rockets, his late game play doesn't seem to really be on point, as we can see him getting beat back despite the constant Orca harassment coming in from his ally. Really doing a nice job to actually keep these Avatars at bay, but Rockets just not having any answer to this. He's trying to build rocket squads, but he's just getting beaten down by the base creep now, so Rocket's in a bad position. His MCV taking a lot of damage, and it's just going to continue to take more and more damage. Tiberium, no, that's actually a mine drop coming in. Going to be able to clean up all the infantry that's standing there, and that's just going to probably signal Rockets to actually GG out of this game. I don't know how you could possibly survive at this stage in the game. Orca's still flying around. Firehawk's now flying around for Skim. He really wants to go heavy into the aircraft. I like this play a lot. The Orcas and the Firehawks are just so mobile in this game, especially against the unit compositions that we're seeing coming out from both sides. It's a very smart move here. Does need to be careful, though. There's a couple of Venoms out to try to deal with them now, and they're going to try to focus down the heroic Orca. Nice targeting coming in from YT Chassis. Does manage to clean up the heroic Orca. GG comes in from Rockets. He's going to throw in the towel, and we may see Skim just throw in the towel here pretty soon, but it's looking very, very good here for Team Oleg in this series, and the remaining Orca is going to get focused down now, as I don't believe... No, they could have been called back to base, but they are going to get picked off there by the Venom. So Skim maybe just wondering where things went wrong. I think he honestly put in a very good showing for us today. He's still going to try to fight this one out. He's dropping Sonic Emitters now. Harvester pulled off the line, not quite sure why. Okay, it's very heavily damaged. Does still have some infrastructure on the back side of things. Stealth Tank going to be coming up here, just looking to clean up the remaining infrastructure down the bottom side of the map, just to ensure that this doesn't become some kind of a base race. But yeah, Skim just seems to be waiting this one out, maybe forcing these guys to actually kill him off. That would be a little bit unfortunate. Maybe he's got some APC engineer or something out on the map that I'm not seeing that he's expecting will win the game for him. It's not looking good. Team Oleg, I'm thinking they're going to take the victory here any minute. Skim, I'm not sure if he's AFK or... Probably very frustrated with the way this game went, to be honest. GG comes in finally from Skim, and it's looking like that is going to be it. He throws in the towel, and Team Oleg take the game and the series 4-2. So very solid play coming out from both sides, honestly. I thought Skim did a great job all throughout today, really doing a nice job, and we saw great play coming out from Rockets, but I think he was just he was stuck in that rut of not knowing what to do at late game, so... A very solid play, and congratulations go out to Team Oleg, going to be taking the victory in the tournament, and then we have Team Skimrock taking second place respectively. Very solid showing coming out from everybody, taking us to 6 games, which is pretty exciting, and we did see our semifinals match going all the way to 5 games as well with a reverse sweep. Pretty fantastic set of games here we've seen today, so let me just save this replay and we'll do our little closing speech. But all in all, I was a little bit worried about the showing here today, that there wouldn't be really enough people to make this this tournament really kind of exciting, but honestly, we had some of the most exciting games I think I've seen in a long time, especially reverse sweep. That was very, very entertaining, very exciting to say the least, and then honestly, Skim and Rockets were looking good to maybe take this series as well, so very, very solid effort coming out from everybody. It's nice to see we got the Rockets making a more consistent showing here in these tournaments. He's definitely looking like a player to be reckoned with. And Skim, I'm not really familiar with Skim, but again, I'm not terribly familiar with Tib Wars, but he is definitely a good player, and looks like he's got his GDI play on point. I like the aircraft play, and he's definitely putting those to good use. So very solid effort from everybody involved. Team Oleg going to be taking the victory, with Team Skimrock taking second place. Let's take a look and see if the bronze match was played. And it looks like Team Virtuous Pro getting a 4-0. So I'd imagine Team Tickle was disqualified just because they just backed out after their semifinal series and didn't decide to play the bronze match. But anyways, so it's going to be Team Oleg taking first place, Team Skimrock taking second place, and Team Virtuous Pro taking third place here for today. So very, very solid tournament. Not a tremendous number of players, but a very solid showing nonetheless. I think, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 12 players in total, and we ended up with a pretty long stream. I don't know exactly how long it was. I think it was like 3.5 hours. So not too bad, not too bad. I hope you guys all had fun. I had a blast here today. It's been an absolute pleasure joining you guys. And let's take a look. I think we always check our stream stats and see how things went. Yeah, so we got up to about 64 people here today. Pretty awesome to see that. And we had an awesome showing. So I hope you guys all had fun. I had an absolute joy of an event here today, and nice to be streaming a little bit later in the day as opposed to so early like we normally do. But anyways, that's going to be it here. Wow, let me try that again. That's going to be it here for me today, folks. I hope you all had fun, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye.